The next Deadwood, David Milch's version of the Old West, when cowboys were smelly and used 500 curse words per sentence. There's a new gunslinger in town to avenge the death of his friend, Wild Bill Hickok.
What you do about these parts, stranger?
Yeah, who the are you? I'm Buffalo Bill, Mommy.
He's saying that.
Ted Levine is Buffalo Bill.
You sure are fast on a draw.
I wouldn't be fast if I didn't put the lotion in a holster.
Stranger.
Take me to the tailor for my new skin suit.
That's about as close as we can get to promoting the dialogue of Deadwood, only on HBO.
10:01 at 560 WQAM. Happy Monday to you. 2 more dead soldiers in Baghdad just ended moments ago. I can't even keep track anymore. Although we don't have any names or any identities or any of the other stuff like Pat Tillman that CNN was hyperventilating about all weekend long. I mean, just ad nauseum. So I guess they must not be important people, right?
Of course not. Who ever heard of them?
Exactly. Anyway, here's the result of the poll. Oh, before we do that, guess who died?
Estee Lauder?
Besides American soldiers. Estee Lauder, very good. She was 97. Do we care about her?
No.
No. Over a decade, she built a multi-million-dollar cosmetics empire with thousands of employees. She died at 97. That's plenty old enough. I mean, are we supposed to be upset about that?
We think she was 97. She never really told anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how do we know that? Did we just make up a number? She
She
looked like 97?
When they were talking about the long obit that I saw over the weekend. So,
Yeah.
We're pretty sure it was 97, but no one really knows.
Anyway, the worst top 40 hit song of all time, that was our poll on over the weekend. And amazingly, after trailing, look at this final total here. Wow. It was neck and neck between 2 songs, Macarena. And of course, Neil, you went out over the weekend and bought these records, didn't you?
No.
No. Well, I'm sure that they expect me to be doing that because, well, I mean, if you're going to talk about these things, we want There you go. That's all you need to know that. Yeah. And Achy Breaky Heart, neck and neck, nose to nose, Macarena edged it out. Los Del Rio, 244. Achy Breaky Heart, Billy Ray Cyrus, 242, genetically challenged. Another nose-picking country yahoo. 244 to 242, heavy duty. Nobody else even close to those two. Feelings, though, by Morris Albert the Cat, 91. I'm so proud of that. That was good. Good choice. Disco Duck, 87. Also Debbie Boone, You Light Up My Life, 87. Speaking of Debbie Boone and the Boone family, boy, we got something exciting for you on our website today. Coming back after 18 years in limbo is the Boone in the Box. I was so excited when I found it again, I just about peed my pants. No, not for that reason. 86, Hustler magazine, the unctuous Larry Flint, found an old college photo of Pat Boone sticking his penis through a cardboard box. You know, kids in college, they do wild and crazy things, although most of us never did stick our penis through a box. But at any rate, a cardboard box. Just careful now. Just be careful. Don't, just because it's Monday, don't start using no excuses that you forgot about this, forgot about that. Anyway.
That said it.
So we made a whole bunch of copies of that from Hustler magazine, and we sent out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of copies. Of course, that was in glorious, I guess it was black and white. I don't know. Maybe somebody still got one of those. Collector's item, maybe we can sell them on eBay. And so there's an article on the drudgery tort. Not the Drudge Report, of course, because Miss Fudge, although I'm sure Miss Fudge right now is frantically checking our website for that story. To see a Pat Boone with his penis sticking through a cardboard box. I just mentioned that, so we called it the Boone in the Box. And then Hustler magazine got wind of it, and they got all bent out of shape, and they said, oh, don't send any of those out again. And for whatever reason. Anyway, so Debbie Boone, You Light Up My Life, with or without your penis sticking through a cardboard box, and Disco Duck 87, Who Let the Dogs Out, Tiptoe Through the Tulips, tied with 72. Having My Baby, and Don't Worry, Be Happy, 58. Ice Ice Baby, 46. Ebony and Ivory, 37. We Built This City, 35. See, that was number 1 in the, what was it? The Blender, Maxim Blender poll?
C.
But way down the list on ours. Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks, 34. Butterfly Kisses, 33. I'm Too Sexy, 31. Bob, 23. Hanson. Mandy, 21. Sailing, 17. Donka Chain, 17. What are you giggling about?
Nothing.
Still back on the Boone in the Box, huh? We Are the World, 16. Torn Between Two Lovers, 16. These Boots Are Made for Walking, Nancy Sinatra, 16. Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go. Now, that should have had a lot more votes. They are Wham. As unctuous and disgusting as he is individual, George Michael,
right.
When he was with that other screamer, I mean, Wham was just the worst, the all-time.
Yeah.
Wake me up before you go. Oh, brother. Rico Suave, MacArthur Park and Margaritaville, and They're Coming to Take Me Away, all had 14. And after that, who cares, right?
Right.
So there's the worst songs of all time, according to our astute audience, some of whom are actually left in town. It's amazing to me. What is the date? It's the 26th of April, and about 30%, I would say,
About 30, man.
of South Florida at least has just vanished already. The snowbirds are gone. Everybody's going on vacation. They're just bailing out, waiting for that first 97 degree in the shade day. 4 school children were killed by gunfire in Baghdad yesterday, shortly after a roadside bomb ripped through a U.S. military vehicle. Some witnesses said that children aged around 12 were shot dead by U.S. troops who had opened fire randomly after the blast on Canal Street in eastern Baghdad. At least 5 other people were wounded. I just mentioned that in passing. More of the ravages of war. We got bigger fish to fry, though. We got a very important facts here to start off our morning. A typical South Florida facts. Wouldn't you say this is very typical?
Very typical.
Yes. Let's start out your week with a real shtuch. Yeah, let's stick our foot deep inside your
Rectum.
See how hard we can twist it. And, of course, we're wearing pointed shoes with spurs.
Ooh.
Here's a fax sent this morning from JJ in Pembroke Pines with a P.O. address, and I can see why they wouldn't want to put their real address. Dear Neil, I'm writing to ask you to explain what the hell happened to the Neil Rogers Show, because if you think you're even close to what you were not all that long ago, you not be speaking the same language. Understandably so, we cannot agree all of the time, but that was once what made your show great, the fact that you pissed me off 50% of the time. All you do now is bash Bush and run polls on topics that are so inconsequential there's no entertainment value whatsoever. Recently I heard a caller ask you that when he goes to your website to vote and doesn't see a choice he liked, he asked you to include a vote for not interested. You blew him off, period. Are you just marking time? I mean, getting a paycheck is one thing, but earning it is another. Have you ever seen a poll where because there's every website now has got polls.
Yeah.
Have you ever in your life seen a poll where it had a choice, not interested in this? Only in South Florida where they're so negative where they want a choice. Oh, we don't like this poll. We're not interested. If you're not interested, don't vote on it, schmuck. Anyway, it says you can dissect this all you want. You can berate my thoughts all you want. However, the fact remains you know it. I know it. Many listeners out there know it too. They're all alternatives, 610, 850 on the AM dial, popping up out there in your time slot now that do compete. Yeah, 850, they got like a .00001. They don't even show up. And 610, if you want to hear all right wing all day, be my guest. Have a good time. In the past, there was only you. It is a new day. Many years back, I ran into you in a Duff's on Pines Boulevard. I wonder if they were gumming their food. All the food was soft and mushy for people who had their teeth in a glass. I ran into you at a Duff's in Pines Boulevard when it was just about the only business out there. I just wanted to say hello. You were eating alone. I imagine you were on your way to work. You were very gracious, and not the radio Neil I appreciated then, just as I do now. Give me back the real Neil. Sincerely, JJ with a last name probably phony in Pembroke Pines. Or at least the first name's phony. How do you like that to start off the week?
Typical, like you said.
Now, if there are all these other great choices out there, JJ, I just for the life of me can't imagine why you haven't chosen one yet. Why you'd rather inflict upon me, especially since I was so nice to you while you were gumming your food out there at Duff's in Pembroke Pines. I can't imagine why you'd want to inflict to start off my week a sour, nasty shtuch in the back, okay? Because there ain't nothing wrong with this show. Within the parameters of what of course we can't do that. We can't say that anymore, but I think under the circumstances we're still doing swimmingly well, okay? Oh, man. The one thing I always have loved is people who threaten to turn off the show. Right. We don't like what you're doing. It's not tailored to me. I don't care about your stupid inconsequential polls. It's not anywhere near what it used to be. So there are other choices. Well, if there's so many great choices, why could you possibly? I mean, look at the length of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
What kind of person, seriously,
I have no life.
would take the time, other than a South Floridian, of course, what other kind of person would take the time to spew with such crap here? It's just amazing to me. In fact, probably this is the person who called and suggested that we put the not interested on the poll, you think?
Right. They're very vehement about their apathy.
I see. But how come you're not listening to all those other alternatives, like 850 on the dial from Palm Beach County, which has got to have, at least when the book comes out Thursday, is a .002 maybe. They're moving on up. And you got your, what's the guy that they put on in the morning now, that schmuck?
That who puts on?
On IOD. The right winger from Tampa, another one.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't even know what his name is. He's so famous. And you got your Rush, and you got Bill O'Reilly, and you got all these other great choices. How could you possibly be subjecting yourself to this, especially since I was so nice to you and put up with your crap at Duff's 100 years ago where people were gumming all that soft food?
Well, any minute now he's going to change it.
I beg your pardon?
Any minute now he'll change his station.
Right. Now that he's heard me react and dissect it and get all bent out of shape, which quite frankly, I don't give a flying, how do you like that, JJ? I do the best I can in my own humble way, and that's it. Nobody here is faking their way through. If we wanted to fake our way through, we could just play music every day. They couldn't do anything about that. Nothing says we got to sit here and put up with a bunch of cranky clowns, cranky antholes. Here's today's poll, which really ought to frost their ass. By the way, Pat Tillman died in Afghanistan.
No. Who's that?
Some football player.
I see.
Again, I don't want to diminish, the fact that he made a sacrifice and all of this other, but, I mean, how come he's so much more important than everybody else who's dying over there and we don't even get most of the names?
Sports.
I see, that must be it. No, the word you're looking for is celebrity. Right. He was famous, right. He was well known, as opposed to all these other anonymous schmucks who also, see, there's no draft right now, and I underline right now, so all the people who are in the military putting their lives on the line, they volunteered. They weren't probably expecting to go over there and be there quite so long, but nevertheless, they volunteered. Nobody held a gun to their head. They're all volunteer military, all right?
Right.
So you should be kissing all of their ass.
I'm getting the GI Bill.
And this is the sick obsession with celebrity in America and the rest of the world, too. It's just pathetic, tragic, as if somehow his life and his sacrifice was so much more significant than some putz from down the street named Tom Smith, or whatever his name might have been. Katarina Witt. There she is, figure skater. I mean, I looked for the bio on here, and I'm not going to go through. I spent 8 minutes trying to find a biography on Katarina Witt just to find out how old she is, and I can't find it. Witt or Witt out. So there she is, Witt out clothes, Katarina Witt behind a beaded curtain. So if you're over the age of 400 and you've got several pieces of ID, we'd be delighted to let you take a quick peek. That's it. That's long enough. The worst TV show of all time is, see, another inconsequential poll. Now, I know it's right. George's fault and Neil's fault, both of our fault,
well,
that
your fault.
The South Florida audience only really responds to this show and to any show where they're not talking about either light bulb radio or sports with lists. They like that. They like having a list. And we don't want 10. We don't want 2. I got a couple for you. No, you don't have a couple. You have 1. Okay?
The worst.
We're going to start, based on that facts that you sent me that I just read, I'm going to start being a real,
hard
a hard
Prince.
Mass. Prince. At least the first 4 letters are right. 3 letters. Whatever. I don't even know. Can we say that?
Prince?
No, prick. No, that was not on the list.
No, it wasn't.
That was not on the list. So I'm going to start being a real prick. How do you like that? 10:13. What do you mean starting? You've always been okay. At 560 WQAM. Felt like
a spick.
Think about it. For a virtual company to succeed without any storefront locations means beating the competition on every dimension, even the 5th dimension. That's what Dial Mattress has been doing in South Florida for over 12 years. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get better prices, better delivery times, better customer service, better everything. Dial Mattress won the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch Award for Excellence because they work harder than anybody else to earn your business before, during, and after the sale. Just like our sales department. Not. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS and speak with one of their expert betting consultants, you'll rest assured that you're getting the best possible mattress. And they got all the top names that you know and love. Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Bananas, Foster. At 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll discover there's never an extra charge for same-day delivery either. Dial a Mattress takes same-day orders all day long, from Kendall to Stewart, from Palm Beach to Fort Myers. Remember, when you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you pick the date and 2-hour delivery window you want when you want the mattress delivered, and guess what? They show up when you want, when you're going to be home. They're proud of their delivery record, on-time deliveries, 99.7% of the time. I'm one of bazillions of satisfied Dial a Mattress customers, and you will be too. So do what I always do when the old mattress has had it. Make that one easy call, 1-800-MATTRESS, or log on to mattress.com. Dial a Mattress, 1-800-MATTRES, the easiest possible way to get you a great night's sleep for years to come.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
No.
Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Announcing the show you've been waiting for, America. It's Tanya Harding's Ice Cafe.
Here's Olympic gold medalist Katarina Witt.
Yes, skating to the classics. Oh, nice split jump there.
Here comes her takeoff into a double lap.
Oh, she's down. She's in agony.
Now it's Brian Bottano attempting a triple Salchow.
Oh! Oh, he really got cream.
A perfectly executed triple chin assault by Tanya Harding.
See the precision team of Tanya Harding, Jeff Gillooly, and her fat guy bodyguard wipe out skater after skater.
Oh, now Christy Yamaguchi is down on the ice. Oh.
It's fun for the whole family, especially if you're the Corleone or Gotti family. Order your tickets for Tanya Harding's Ice Capades. Visa and Blue Cross accepted.
That's our only bit with Katerina Witt and Timely, right?
Why not?
What's not to like? Speaking of Timely, speaking of Duff's restaurant where all the food tasted the same, where you could gum it, the macaroni and cheese tasted like the roast beef and the spaghetti tasted just like the mashed taters. I'm serious about that. It was the only place where I ever had mashed potatoes in a glass. A couple on a low-carb diet were kicked out of a buffet restaurant after the manager said they'd eaten too much roast beef.
Yeah, I heard that story.
This is in Salt Lake City, yeah, but I didn't know no Godfather. And he ain't no band leader. Sui Amama.
I beg your pardon?
That was the guy's name, Sui Amama.
You can get fined for that.
Who, along with his wife, had been on the Atkins diet for 2 weeks, was asked to leave after he went up to the buffet at the Chuckarama in suburban Taylorsville, Utah, for his 12th slice of roast beef. And they said, "Ya mama." It's so embarrassing, actually, said Isabel Leota, Amama's wife. I don't understand. There just seem to be more and more people now who don't have the same last name with their wife.
Right.
We went in to have dinner. We were under the impression Chuckarama was an all-you-can-eat establishment. Not so, said Jack Johansson, the restaurant chain's district manager. We never claimed to be an all-you-can-eat establishment, he said. Our understanding is a buffet is just a style of eating. The general manager was carving the meat Tuesday, became concerned about having enough for other patrons, and asked Amama to stop, Johansson said. Offended, the couple asked for a refund. The manager refused and called police when they wouldn't leave. The couple said they've eaten at Chuckarama's $8.99 buffet at least twice a week, but did not plan to return. It's kind of like that JJ in Pembroke Pines, who ain't going to be returning to the Neil Rogers Show because it just ain't the same, and who am I kidding, et cetera, and so on. Right?
Right.
In fact, take a look right now at that phone. We're doing a poll, the worst TV show of all time. Now, we don't have any to start. I didn't want to play that game.
We got one by fax. I told Josh about it already, and then I added one.
Okay, what do we got?
The faxer suggested Survivor, and I added Dr. Phil.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's current. I mean, this is of all time, but there is a lot of swill on right now, and so you can't say swill without Dr. Phil. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Howard Stern, gigantic ratings in New York and Los Angeles, getting millions and millions and millions of dollars of free publicity from all those detractor out there. Our ratings come out on Thursday. It's going to be real interesting to see. Not so much what we do, what Clear Channel doesn't do, and especially WBGG. Man, oh man. $4,000 FCC fine for Miami station at Crank called Castro. The radio station at Crank called Cuban President Fidel Castro and broadcast the recording should be fined $4,000, the FCC said. They're fining everybody. They keep saying,
"Oh, we're fine."
The Spanish-speaking host of the Morning Hijinks used snippets of an earlier prank involving Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez to move the call from a receptionist up the chain to Castro in a 5-minute broadcast June 17. The host of the show on WXDJ, Joe Ferrero and Enrique Santos, fed pleasantries to Castro before breaking in and calling him an assassin. The conversation ended after Castro denounced the callers with a stream of vulgarities. The FCC concluded Friday the station should be fined for the broadcast. It rejected the station's claim that a rule requiring people be notified before their voices are used does not apply to people in Cuba. Oh, what a clever response that is.
Sure, works for me.
Payment of the fine or request for cancellation or reduction of the fine required within
About 30, man.
30 days. It was unclear whether the station had been fined for the prank involving Chavez 5 months earlier. They're fining everybody in sight. In fact, in a 64-page filing with the FCC, Infinity Broadcasting claimed that the commission has abruptly and systematically altered almost every aspect of the indecency enforcement in ways that dramatically undermine the lawfulness of the overall scheme, and they are absolutely
correct.
Yes. Last month, the FCC announced it would fine Infinity for references to sexual and excretory activities in an hour when children may have been listening. If the FCC proceeds with its fine, Infinity can appeal to a higher authority, to a federal court or Hebrew National. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Maybe we'll get a call from JJ today, you think? WQAM, hello.
Can I go for the draft?
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have one for your poll, that Rick Sanchez Show.
Ooh, the Rick Sanchez Show is a great choice. Okay, it'll do very well in South Florida.
Good thing I didn't vote yet.
I saw about 3 minutes that one day, and it just made me want to cry. It brought a tear to my eye. It was absolutely
Unbelievable.
5670560, Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Not there. Ooh. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Good morning, Pally.
Hi, Pally. How you doing?
All right, this one's real easy for me. Alice. That show was on forever. Nothing was funny. All the characters sucked, if you can still say that.
All the characters? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And say hi to Alice. Okay, Alice Rantel. 567. We can change the poll anytime Eric is ready. He can take this other, because he didn't have to do anything at all. See what I mean? Then you can add new ones on there, Josh?
Okay.
But I think for that to happen, he has to change the poll. We don't really want to, especially since we started on Thursday, I don't like to start pushing Eric over the edge, since he's so close already. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. But then again, what else is new? WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how about hee-haw?
Hee-haw is pathetic. Good one. This is going to be a long list. Maybe we ought to do this till Thursday. Just to aggravate JJ and Pembroke Pines, who's still trying to gum that food at Duff's. First of all, what kind of an anthole would be eaten at Duff's?
Well, you were there.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said, at least I admit it. Well, it was close by my work. I was on the way to WINZ, where we originated the old Boone in the Box. I can't believe I found that again. Man, did you take a peek at it?
Oh, yeah.
You peeked at it? Well, see, first of all, you got to click on the link to the original story, so nobody's going to come upon that
before. Thank you, Howie's.
By accident. Thanks, Howie's, for that stuff in the box. WQAM, hello.
Clear box.
Hey, this is Jimmy. This is Jimmy Johnson, JJ. How you doing?
Okay. Jimmy Johnson, how's it going, JJ?
Pretty good. My vote is for,
nice haircut, by the way.
Oh, thank you. My vote's for, Hee-Haw and Buck Rogers. That's two.
Okay, that's two. Well, somebody else said Hee-Haw, so Buck Rogers is the worst TV show. Whatever he says. How about Neil Rogers on Whammy? That was pretty bad.
We'll just call you Buck for short.
And the good thing is we can still say
Whammy. God, it sucks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can still say that out loud. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Man, how they mighty have fallen. God, remember those great days when the show used to be good?
No.
I can't remember that far back. WQAM, hello. QAM.
567-0560.
It would be a shame for me to go on to the next one, wouldn't it? Because I know that.
Hi, Pally.
What is it? Hiya, Pally. What do you got?
Hi, Pally.
What do you got?
Little House in the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie. I'll say one thing, man. They're sure whipped up.
Hiya, Pally.
Yeah, to a frenzy. Well, it must be all them people at the Marlin games. Again, I don't want to do this twice in a row, but I'll do it again. It's amazing to me. It's a real tribute to the fascination, the desperation of the people of South Florida to latch on to something good. With those 42,000 people on Saturday, another 28,000 yesterday, even though they lost 2 out of 3 to the Braves. But they're just packing them in. What was it, about 32,000 on Friday, I think? They had 3 well, Josh would know. He probably was out there with some free tickets. They've had massive crowds out there. Gigantic, humongous. And especially when you consider that the town is as barren as, what's her name? Rosie O'Donnell.
That's my TV show for the poll.
Rosie O'Donnell. See, psychic great minds work alike. 26 past 10 at 560 QAM, where we used to be pretty good.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Tonight on Afghan Channel 1, the hilarious new sitcom, Just Shoot Everybody. Tonight's episode, Osama bin is hunted down by the infidels and starts shooting everybody.
I'm shooting now.
Taliban clerics begin to smuggle family members into Pakistan in their turbans. Is that a midget in your turban? Or are you just glad to see me? Just Shoot Everybody, tonight on Afghan Channel 1, followed by Suddenly Sanctions. It's TV to die for.
Speaking of that, thank you, Mr. President, for those low gas prices. They just showed a clip. Did you see it on CNN? Were you on there?
No.
$2.47.9 for premium unleaded out in California. $2.48. $2.50 a gallon, baby. Thank you for those low gas prices. At any rate, I didn't realize because this poll here, and of course we do rack our brains to come up with something different, something we haven't done exactly the same way before. How many thousand polls have we done already?
About 30, man.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different in spite of what JJ says, blow it out your ass, that kind of thing. But I never realized how this can go on forever because there's so many bad shows. But amazingly, look what seems to be taking the early lead. Great surprise. It's the Rick Sanchez Show. All right. They hate you, Rick. Even worse than they hate, what's his name? Greg Budell.
That's
WQAM, and that's saying a lot. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you, buddy?
Okay, Pally.
How's the weather in T.O.?
It's, toasty. It's 58 today. Not too bad.
Sweet. I got two things for you.
Yes?
Number one is, gas prices. I said all way before that book by Woodward even came out that, you know, Bush is going to have to pull a couple of things out of his hat in order to make himself look good before election time.
Yeah.
If you've noticed in the past, whether they be Republican or Democratic presidents, when the gas got out of control, the presidents always spoke up about it. And this is the only president that hasn't mentioned not one word, with the exception of maybe like a week or so ago. He hasn't mentioned anything about
Well, he don't want to piss off his boyfriend, Prince Bandar, and certainly not Prince Abdullah.
Well, I think that probably confirms what Woodward said in his book, is that right before the election, after they find Osama, of course, that the price of fuel is to come down, and the president is to say, hey, see what I did?
Yeah.
And he's just doing
Yeah, we
it.
saw what he did all right.
Yeah. Another thing is the polls. Not your polls, but the polls like you see in the Washington Post or CNN.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. In your opinion, do you think that these polls in any way are rigged?
You mean you're talking about like presidential polls?
Because, you know, if you look at it and they say, well, considering everything that's been happening with the Iraq war and all the deaths and the mayhem and the money and the deficit and all of the problems that have been caused as a result.
No, I know where you're going with this. Let me just cut you off at the pass and tell you this, that I think probably 60% of the public are just dying to find somebody else to vote for beside Bush. But you know what? Kerry so far has been so marginal and so weak, he hasn't made the case.
But see, that's just it, because you look at the polls, and I don't know who, first of all, they've never asked me for my opinion, but I don't know who they're asking, but they're saying, well, 51 or 53% of the American people still feel that Bush should have gone into Iraq.
I got a better poll than that for you, and I don't want to spend all day on this, but I got a much better one than that that'll really get you depressed and you want to blow your brains out. 57%. This poll was just taken over the weekend. I got it here somewhere in my pile. 57% of Americans continue to believe that Saddam Hussein gave substantial support to al-Qaeda terrorists before the war with Iraq.
And wondering what are these people reading? Where are they getting their information from?
CNN.
I love you, Neil.
See ya. Certainly not news. You're the evil empire, CNN. You people ought to croak, okay? Let's see, a fax from Jeff. I still need to hear Geldy's, when he touches Moe's bag. Please talk about the Coors. Oh, jeez. Please talk about this. Please talk about that. Please don't talk about this. Please, whatever you do, don't talk about that.
Do.
And can we say do?
No.
Okay, can't even say do no more, much less do it.
And whatever you do, it ain't enough.
Don't do it. Yeah, that's right. All the instructions all the time. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Would you marry me to get me legal?
WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, I got one for your poll.
Yes.
The Anna Nicole Smith show.
Anna Nicole Smith, okay, an excellent choice. As in, okay. See, it'll take a long list down here before we really start getting much of a response.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, because there's only 54 votes, and that's because they haven't seen the one they would vote for yet.
Well, they better get busy.
Rick Sanchez Show 25, Dr. Phil 11, Rosie O'Donnell 5, Survivor 5, Hee Haw 4, Roseanne 2, Buck Rogers 1, Little House on the Prairie 1, none yet for Alice, Lost in Space, or The Love Boat. Where did those come from?
Oh, faxes.
The Love Boat. That's a good choice.
Yes.
Horrendous, grotesque,
we appreciate
puke-inducing.
Just, nice fax. It just said Love Boat on the fax, and, that's it.
Right, just one, not a whole list, just right to the point.
I faxed that one to you because they got artwork also. So
see, the thing with the Love Boat is they always brought like Jack Jones and all these other washed-up old marginal entertainers. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
These people couldn't get any other work in the business, so they would show up on the Love Boat, and you were just praying that it would do another Titanic routine.
It was to keep the artists working while they were on hiatus from other shows or
on hiatus road.
Projects.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Can I speak to Neil, please?
Speaking.
What about the Magic Johnson Chat Show?
Ooh. Magic Johnson Chat Show was obnoxious.
Indeed.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Cheers. 5670560, the chat show. The Brits do call talk shows chat shows. You do know that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I see.
And they also say.
Don't say it.
I'm not.
Whatever they say, you can't say it.
Not anymore.
WQA. Oh, man, that was an extra loud one. Was that a good one or what? Man, that'll wake you up. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hi. Is this WQAM?
This is WQAM.
Great. Listen, I'm calling actually just
Q
to find
stands
out...
for queer.
Queer. I bet it does.
Yes.
Listen,
In fact, QAM stands for queer as me.
queer.
Go ahead.
Who's me?
Me.
Me. Gay.
Me. Yours truly.
How you doing?
El Pagarito. Pretty good.
Oh, good.
I like his show.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to find out what's...
I apologize, by the way, the show ain't as good as it used to be before we got the facts from JJ, but we're trying to butch it up. Go ahead.
Listen, Neil, what's the name of the law firm that you recommend for tickets?
The what? You're talking about the ticket defense team.
Right.
1-800-741-8326. 1-800-741-TEAM, T-E-A-M.
8326, great.
And don't do it again, Pally.
All right, buddy, thank you.
Slow down. Slow your ass down, or they're going to drag it away. 56705. Haven't heard from JJ yet in Pembroke Pines. He or she or it or whatever it is probably just twisting that dial, twisting the day away. Just reaching, praying to find something really entertaining, like the Clark Weber show. Now, what is that guy's name that they piped in from Tampa, from FLA? I can't even think of his name. Another right wing, another Rush clone. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, I got one for you. How about You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx?
That was the worst show ever?
Yeah, I thought so.
Even when the duck dropped down, you didn't like it? Okay. Wow. I guess you didn't like George Fenneman? How could anybody not like Groucho? It was a good show. It was fun.
It was.
I mean, the prizes were like $50, and of course, it was a long time ago, back in the day, when $50 was worth like maybe 55, you know. But how could anybody not like that? But again, we're asking you your opinion. The worst TV show of all time is You Bet Your Life, he said, with Groucho, and Groucho don't care no more. Speaking of that, Jacko Sacco, we got that story about Jacko's new lawyers now. I'm so sick and tired of him, you know. Islamic group seeks firing of radio host in Boston. Priest charged in 1980 killing of nun. See, I'm just reading headlines from some of these ahead of time before I ever get into them, so then that way they won't waste our fax paper with more of the same crap.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
And now, recorded in front of a taped audience in beautiful, talentless, sunny Hollywood, California. It's Seduced by an Angel.
Kathy?
Yes, Mom?
Are you having that not-so-fresh feeling?
How'd you know?
Moms know these things. Hello?
Oh,
It's you.
Girl, come over here. Mom, who's that?
It's Della Grease.
Mom, what's she doing?
Girl, I gotta squeeze that not-so-fresh feeling out of you.
Yeah, but your breasts, I can't breathe.
Jesus heals all. Jesus heals all.
Mom, what's she doing? Make her stop. Mom.
I just made no one. Let me get this in there.
Oh, Mom, have I?
Yes, Kathy. You've been douched by an angel.
Oh, Mom. Oh, Kathy.
Oh, Della.
Tune in next week and find out what happens when Della Grease meets Mr. T from the A-Team.
What? You want to stick that in my...
All next week on CBX.
Well, it's a good thing we knew the context of that, because that sounded awfully like something else that we can't do no more, you know?
I dumped it.
You did what?
I dumped that sound.
That wasn't the sound. That wasn't what that sound was.
Well, it sounded like it to me.
That was not a fart.
I know, but it sounded like one.
No. See, that's a raspberry. That sounds like one, too.
All right, well, I didn't want to have anybody,
oh, my God. Are you schmitting me?
I have no doubt at all.
What a class hole.
You know. All right, play it again.
No, I'm not going to play it again. Anyway, somebody says Touched by an Angel, and I went through all the difficulty of playing that, which I like that bit. Della Grease.
Mm-hmm.
And you dumped the part where the douching sound went out. That's
you know the kind of reaction that would occur.
I don't care what kind of reaction. In fact, that's one of the reasons I wanted to play it, just to elicit that kind of reaction, since he can't send me the toothbrushes because the company's too cheap to send me those Radius toothbrushes you got me. I'm going to tell that story. Multi-million-dollar stock exchange listed company, Beasley Broadcasting. Okay? Now, every few months you're supposed to replace your toothbrush. I'm one of those lazy slobs who doesn't do that. And, of course, it's just not a good idea.
Right.
Now, for years now, I've been brushing my teeth with the Radius toothbrush. And if there's any one product that I enthusiastically recommend, and it's so good, that's probably why you can't find it.
Right.
You go into, like, your Walgreens or Records or anywhere, and you look for a toothbrush. Where's the Radius ones? You know, they make a right-handed one, the left-handed one's got, like, the big head with a lot of bristles on it. And it's great. Can't find it.
No.
80 million toothbrushes is there. Now, I did find one at Walgreens when I was home. I should have brought it here with me, but I left it down here because, I got all the stuff in Miami and all the stuff here, too, so I don't have to schlep it all around. I figured, no problem, I'll go to a Shoppers Drug Mart here in Toronto, and I'll buy me a Radius toothbrush. Did I find one?
No.
Can't find them. So then I thought, well, I'll be a little more creative. I'll go online and see, just perchance, if maybe from Amazon.com or eBay or somewhere, you can buy a Radius toothbrush online. Yes, but do they ship to Canada?
No.
No. So I told George about it. So George was kind enough to, order from, was it Amazon.com?
Amazon, right.
Got me not one, but two Radius toothbrushes. A nice, I don't know what the one was, pink one, because QAM, queer am me.
And a white one.
And a white one. Oh, a white one. At any rate, so the deal was they were going to ship it up here to me, and he figured since Duff don't really have too much to do, since he's busy sitting around listening to the show, and that's his idea of a job, he might as well do something constructive, make him feel like he really put in a good day's work. We'll give the toothbrushes to Duff and let him send them up there to Neil in Toronto. What do you say? So, this morning, you gave him to Duff. I heard the conversation. I thanked him in advance. 5 minutes later, he comes back. They won't go for it. What? The company won't pay the shipping. It might cost $50 to send you. Now, keep in mind that since I've been here these last 2 years, doing the show a good percentage of the time, I've spent probably $1,800 out of my own pocket on supplies, on the fax paper, on the toner, on the drum, all of these things. $1,500, $1,800. Never, ever charged them a dime. Follow? Yes. Not to mention the millions of dollars that this show is making them so that Greg can be a sports hole the rest of the day, 20 other hours. But no, $50 to, and I don't think it really would be $50, but whatever it would be. And I said, I'll reimburse them. They can deduct it from my pay. Oh, can't do it. Broad in accounting said, the accounting broad, they can't do it. So we're making other arrangements. Okay, we're going to smuggle the toothbrushes in somebody's
rectum.
Right. Wow. I'm telling you, man, you people in that company, you're a disgrace. You're just a joke. You're an industry joke. Now, this thing, speaking of jokes that you just faxed me about Kim Camper and Troy Stratford, I guess it's they're driving miniature horses at Pompano Park tonight. That's all I can read. I can't read any of this.
I reckon. Come meet former blah, blah, blah.
Come meet former players Kim Camper, Troy Stratford, and Woody Bennett. Do you know who Woody Bennett is, Josh?
No.
Woody Bennett. I know Woody Allen.
And Woody Eat It.
Woody Graber. I beg your pardon?
Huh?
As they compete, I can't read. It's a bad thing. It's real dark. Let's see. How about adding, they're all irrelevant to people with a life. 22-year listener, first-time faxer. Don't keep knocking the Brits. Without them, you'd either be a bar of soap or we'd all be speaking English. Oh, yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
The Brits, you mean the ones that we have to keep bailing out every time there's a world war? I'd be a bar of soap. My ass, man. Who are you kidding? Graham. British by birth, American by choice. Well, now you're talking, although lately not a good choice. I think you're funnier now. You've brilliantly invented new naughty words when we must go to satellite radio if John Acroft and his cronies don't get there first. Well, there you go, Graham. Ta-ta. Toulouse-Lautrec. Here's a fax that says you've got to watch Deadwood, totally adult, great acting, out Sopranos, The Sopranos. Ashcroft will hate this show and take it down. You're going down. It is that good. Profane nudity, history and reality, great acting, great lines. Cast of characters is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And despicable, which makes it great. Watch it while you can before they take it off. Deadwood. Haven't seen it. Have you?
No. Heard about it. Spoken Brian did a bit about it.
I know. Would have sworn I just played it. Oh, that's the one you dumped. just before you dumped Della Grease. I can't believe you did that.
All right, play it again. I won't touch it.
I'm not going to play it again. That would be ponderous, but the idea, I mean, we know what that sound was. It's within the context of the bit, and you're calling that a farting sound?
No, I'm not calling it a farting sound.
How about the guy that puts his hand under his armpit and makes those sounds, is that a farting sound? I don't think you fart through your armpit. At least I never have yet. Although I've met some people who smell like maybe they were doing it. Yeah, see, there he goes, Josh. Mark it down.
That's pit music.
Yeah. It's the pits, all right. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, the Gong Show.
The Gong Show was tragic.
It was tragicer.
Thanks.
I think it was tragic on purpose.
Well, but she's just saying. It was supposed to be tragic. It was supposed to be embarrassing. But Chuck Barris killed 33 people when he was with the CIA. The thing I love best about that thing on Biography was that even his best friends say, oh, we never know when he's being serious. We don't know whether he just made all of that up or whether he really was a CIA, an agent. Little shrimpy guy. Those are the dangerous ones, them little shrimpy guys.
Telling you.
That's what Anna Maria used to tell me.
Vijaves.
Look at this. Here's somebody keeping track of the attendance. 38,000 Friday, 41,000 Saturday, 28,000 last night, 107,000 at the Marlin games. Not too bad for a weekend series. We even got to see a couple of Goldberg suck signs. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Can you explain that to me?
Not me.
What Goldberg are they talking about? Not the humper.
Is that all it says about?
It says you should have seen Krispy Kreme on PBL Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, West Palm on Sunday morning. Free dozen donuts with a ticket stub. What a zoo, it says. You think that if they reinstate the draft, people will finally start to show some real protest. Thanks, and best to you and George. Love you both, says Jamie, West Palm Beach. Oh, there you go. See you at Krispy Kreme. Not. Boy, I do love those. But you can't eat only 3. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. The worst TV show of all time. Rick Sanchez Show, 41. You're making an impact, Rick. You got him talking. Dr. Phil, 20. Survivor, 14. Anna Nicole, 12. Rosie O'Donnell Show, 8 and 8 and 8. Hee Haw, 5. Roseanne, 4. The Love Boat, 3. Magic Johnson Show, Chat Show, had 2. Buck Rogers, 1. Little House on the Prairie, 1. Touched by an Angel, 1. And then a bunch with none out of 112. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hi, Uncle Neil. How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good. I have a name for your highly irrelevant poll.
Yes?
And it fits right in with the sports theme of QAM, the Magic Johnson Show.
Oh, I would have sworn I just read that one.
Is that one? Do you have that one?
It's got some vote, yeah.
Oh, my God. That thing was awful. What about Arsenio Hall? He was right behind us.
Arsenio Hall definitely deserves to be on there. He was a real hoot.
Yeah, he was a real hoot. I love you to pieces, and have a wonderful day, and don't come back too soon because it stinks here.
I know, that's what I'm hearing. Thanks.
Love ya.
Bye. I can smell it all the way up here. Ooh, man, that must be coming from Aranja.
That's the swamp gas.
The swamp what? What did he just say?
Gas.
No gas. In fact, John Ashcroft is so bent out of shape about that whole deal that pretty soon it's going to be mandatory. They're going to fit you when you're born with a cork in your ass.
Rectum.
That's right. So you quit emitting all of those nasty gaseous sounds. He don't care how much it smells too bad. He doesn't care about that. Because I'm sure that his don't stink. WQAM, hello.
Yes, Happy Days.
Happy Days. I agree with you, man. That was a stinker. A show that was so tremendously popular. Almost every character on there was just obnoxious, including the Fonz and especially Tom Bosley.
Yeah.
Man. Tom Bosley. He was just highly irritating at best. 10:56 at 560 QAM.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It stinks in Miami town at 560 WQAM.
Hello again, everyone, from the Channel 7 News Center. I'm Rick Sanchez with your 60-second Gulf War update. We have some new reports that just came in. They're hard to explain, so let's move to the Middle East war map. Rick's World, if you will, and I'll try to explain.
Rick's World, party on, excellent.
Party on, everyone. I'm your most excellent anchor, Rick Sanchez, and with me, as always, Sally Fitz. Party on, Sal.
Party on, Rick. Called San Pedro lately?
Not since I've been back from Houston. People in the business remember, but fortunately for me, the public has a short memory.
Say, what about that guy you flattened? Is he still in a coma?
Yeah, still in a coma. I'm so glad you brought that up, Sal. Not. Anyway, Hussein blew off a couple more scuds at the occupied West Bank, but those awesome Patriot dudes intercepted.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
As you know, the insane Hussein... Gosh, can I turn an original phrase or what? He has poison gas, but as I squat...
Gas mask alert.
I am so far
Give him a gas of my...
Might as well kill her right there, you know?
I'm like nowhere near.
I sure hope you dumped it, because I didn't.
I didn't dump anything.
What?
Not after that last chew one I got.
I think we need a seminar is what we need, you know? You dumped that. You better tell me that you did.
All right.
You didn't?
No.
Josh didn't?
No.
Oh, boy. Two of you, man. I can just see right now suspended a sentence. Wow.
Change, mister?
Yeah.
It's a raspberry.
He's got raspberries in his ass? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Asbury.
Yeah, it was an Asbury. I never thought about that. That's probably what it was. It was just an Asbury that thought it was dropping. Anyway, I'm so glad I played that. Not. Bob in Tallahassee says, I'd like to propose Fantasy Island as the worst television show of all time. Very good choice, Bob. Thank you so much. Well, we just can't take any chances no more, you know? I'm just dumping everything. See, I just dumped it again. Not for any reason. Just going to keep hitting the button just in case.
Just periodically.
Every few seconds. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We got the Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4. Now, what was that thing about Goldberg sucks? What was that all about? That was not about our Hank, was it?
Is there a player?
There's a wrestler. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Hank will be at Chula Steak 2 at Miami Lakes. He'll tell you whether or not he sucks. 7 o'clock, it's the Crow. Oh, my goodness. As the Crow flies, the Crow is on like on a weekday? You got to be kidding me. That's got to be.
I got your Crowbonics right here, homeboy.
And then, of course, the Marlins. Oh, I see. That's the reason, because it's before the Marlins. It's the foreplay game show. 8:30 got Marlins on deck. 9:05 the Marlins at the Colorado Rockies in Denver. And then after that, we sign off to let everybody take a rest. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
No, that didn't get dumped. It sounded more like a dump, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your Leafs almost made a good charge there at the end last night.
They stink, man. I'll tell you right now, they stink. You can't win any games unless you score some goals. You got to put the biscuit in the basket. They don't score any goals.
Hey, for once in a lifetime of the Flyers, we actually have a goalie that seems to be able to make a few stops.
He's unbelievable, man. He played phenomenal last night. He was spectacular.
It's great to see that.
No, it's not.
Maybe you guys get a chance next one, but I doubt it. I think we took it away last night.
I think it's all over, pal.
All right, Neil. Keep them tight.
Good luck to you. 567-0560. Good times. Poor Esther Roll. She'd still be dead. But somebody picking it says definitely, Bob says, it was definitely bad times for anybody who's tried to sit through 5 minutes of that dreck. It was awful. Here's another really bad one. Getting some really good suggestions now for this Pope. Welcome back, Carter. Even the music makes me want to upchuck. Welcome back. What that was the guy's name with the mustache? Don't tell me. It'll come to me. Gabe Kaplan.
Very good.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things, you know, take a couple of seconds. I don't like Gabe Kaplan. I hated that show even worse. Oh, no. Welcome back, Squatter. Careful when you go with that. Anyway, another dead soldier in Fallujah, which makes 3 today. 2 in Baghdad, 1 in Fallujah. Americans, that is. We don't know the names, though, and we're not interrupting regular programming to put on some breathless reports because this one evidently was not another famous football player.
There were nobodies.
Okay. So let them lose their souls. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Celebrity, man, that's what it's all about. If you're famous, your life is worth something. If you're not so famous, who cares? That's the message. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how about this one? One Day in the Life, or One Day at a Time with Valerie Bertinelli and the Phillips girl and the Bonnie Franklin.
Grotesque.
Pretty close, huh?
Yes, sir. Good choice. 1 day at a time. You got it?
We got it.
That's what El Presidente wants to eliminate. 1 gay at a time. 567
gay.
0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Almost 1 million people, maybe more than 1 million, marching in that women's march. yesterday. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Not getting nearly as much coverage, of course, as the fact that Pat Tillman died in Afghanistan. You do understand that, don't you?
Well, they weren't famous. Well, there were famous women there, too.
Well, they don't care about them. WQAM, hello.
Hey, is it Neil?
Yes, sir.
How about Chip?
How about it? Grotesque, good choice. Especially with that, what's her name? Don't tell me again. I can see him.
Mm-hmm.
He smells like a bad burrito.
Give you a hint.
Yeah.
Same first name as our website guy.
Eric Estrada. Ooh, what a lady. 5670560. Three's Company with that's now wait a minute. I thought that was the one with Bonnie Franklin. She was One Day at a Time.
No,
Who was in Three's
Suzanne
Company?
Summers and John Ritter, your favorite.
Oh, John Ritter, rest in pieces, huh? That was another horrendous show. In fact, I think that's what put Ritter over the edge.
Bee-bee-ba-ba-dee-boo.
I mean, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and I think that's what happened to him for doing. Yeah, that's another annoying theme. Let's do a theme song show.
No.
I think we ought to do that like once a week just to piss off JJ in Pembroke Pines, who we know is still glued to its radio. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of the Dukes of Hazzard?
Well, I had my own reasons for liking it. You're asking the wrong guy. Bad show, you're right.
All right.
Thank you. Bad show. Dukes of Hazzard. We'll put it on there. I like John Schneider a lot, though. Although, you know something? I've said this before. That show was so bad that even as good as he looked, I still didn't watch it.
Right.
And that says a lot.
Likewise for Daisy Duke. She was hot.
Yeah.
And
there
I
were
watched
some
it
hot
not.
people on that show, and they were all dressed in that real provocative with the real tight clothing, you know, back in the 70s style. But didn't watch it. Didn't watch a minute of it. And, you know, just channel surfing when you go through like Nickelodeon and stuff. Oh, look at that.
But they always had car chases.
There you go. It's the Dukes of Hazzard, and it's still on. And I see her saying hee-haw, which ties us into that other one.
I said yeehaw.
I wonder what channel I got on here. That's let's see.
That's got yeehaw on it.
Hope you enjoy your suspension, by the way. The Rockford Files. Oh, Rockford Files is on. Look at this.
No. Oh, okay. Listen, I'm going to check it out right away.
At least one thing we know, they're not going to say any dirty words on the Rockford Files, but we won't find out.
Right.
Not the way things are going. WQAM, hello.
Hello, can I tell you two of them?
No, one. Pick
one
one.
of them. Green Acres.
Green Acres is a fabulous choice. You can never outdo that. Thank you so much. Green Acres. Now, you like that show because I guess you like the pig or something?
Yeah, I had the hots for the Arnold the pig. That's right.
You have the hots for Arnold. WQM line 9. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I think it's Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy. Man, so many bad shows in so little time, you know what?
You got it. Have a
Thanks.
nice day.
Thanks, Pally. You too. Every time I hear another one of these, I think, yeah, that's the one. No, that's the one. They all suck. No wonder we're like that. Television has rotted our brains, boys and girls, in case you haven't found out. What happened to the golden days, man, with Howdy Doody? I mean, with Howdy... Yeah.
Careful.
Can't say that no mo. And Mr. Bluster. Phineas T. Bluster. And Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring, and Clarabelle. The worst TV show of all time, the Rick Sanchez Show. They're not going to touch you, Rick, and of course, who would want to? 51. Dr. Phil, 29. Anna Nicole, 24. That's Smith. What was the show that Will Smith was on? That was a horrible show.
Which one? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
That's the one. Oh, man. I think you just named it. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Not too fresh. I can smell it all the way up here. Needs to be douched by an angel. Survivor 22. Rosie O'Donnell, 14. The Magic Johnson Chat Show, 14. The Love Boat, 7. And then it's single digits from there. But the list is building. You'll find one you hated like poison. Trust me when I tell you, if you haven't already. The Love Boat. Just the way that the announcer on ABC said that. The Love Boat. Oh, man, nauseating. Made you want to just go over to the puke overboard. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Neil, first time, long time.
All right.
Hey, Neil, I got something for Paul here.
Okay.
Rhoda and Petticoat Junction.
That sounds like a pair to me. You notice how he slipped those in there? I said, just give us one, but we'll put them both on there because I'm in a good mood now. Why am I in a good mood? Because, I don't know. Because I just got through ripping the Beasleys for what a bunch of cheap bastards they are. Man, can you even imagine? Oh, it's going to cost us $50 to send you that stuff. And by the way, Troy Stratford, your responses on there on my emails is very, very unacceptable. Man, that is so, it'll be there any day, and it was sent to, It's in the mail. It's like a check. It's in the mail. Very weak, Troy. Typical QM sales hole response. Not acceptable.
Unbelievable.
Or maybe just unacceptable. WQM, hello.
Neil, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Pally.
I'm going to show that I'm a sports hole. How about Around the Horn?
What is that?
It's an ESPN show. It's like the worst
Is that
show
the
of all
day?
time.
Is that a show with Dave Van Horn?
It's kind of like Van Born.
Yeah.
Hey, George, enjoy your suspension for the raspberry, buddy.
Thanks. I got plans.
No, we don't get suspended for raspberries. It was just Della Grease dropped the raspberries. What she did. She hangs out with a lot of fruit, is what I hear. It's 11 past 11, but that was right on the edge, man. Well, we're doing the best we can, okay? It's very difficult. We're like pressing buttons and reaching and grabbing and stuff like that. Because that's the QM way anyway. Just ask Maddie Bell, a lot of reaching and grabbing. That's what I hear. Isn't that what you heard?
Yeah, I heard that.
I'll tell you one thing you won't hear no more, and that's about eating. Won't hear that. So when George fills in this summer, those of you who are grossed out by those disgusting shows like eating, you won't hear that. Dwight Lauderdale's pretty PO'd about it. And you certainly won't hear that taste like a anymore either. In fact, now we got one called Taste Like a Silver Dollar. That's Duff's favorite. 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM. Let's face it, you've been hearing me talk about Fast Train for a long time now. I'm probably wondering if it makes sense for you. The facts are simple. If you have the dedication, Fast Train can provide you with the necessary training and help you achieve your new high-paying computer career in just 4 short months. Think about it. In just 4 short months, it's, let's see, end of April, May, June, July, before the end of the summer. You can be on your way to a real career. Fast Train's got day, night, and weekend classes, financial assistance for people who qualify, and once you complete your classes, Fast Train will even help you in obtaining that new computer job. So what's not to like? It's really that easy. Just call them today, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. 7 locations for you in Florida, including Miami, Kendall, Fort Lauderdale, and prestigious Pembroke Pines, where JJ lives. There's sure to be a Fast Train campus near you. So call them today. You can check them on the web if you like, first at fasttrain.com, but then make that life-changing call that could really do some things for your wallet. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
And another thing, you can listen to me, you would have been a big star by now. With that little thick, sweet voice, how do you expect to get anywhere, you little puny puke? We say puke?
I think it's
I don't even know anymore.
what the 3,500 words the more I hear you,
Yeah, what about it?
the more I hate you.
What do I feel?
And when I'm near you, I wanna die. Your pectory, no toenail cheese aroma. Put me in a coma and point my eye.
Why, you, I ought to smack you. There, see? I know my smell attracts you. But unlike Zach, you still got a job. I feel just like that you are my kid brother. And one yiddy to another. That's why you're still not fired. Doi, 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 doi. Doi, 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 doi. Doi, 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 doi. Our morning show can put you in a coma. Can't wait till it's over. All right, that's enough.
11:18 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. Big Arnie says, worst TV show ever, the Don Imus Show.
I miss it so boring.
That's what Arnie says.
I want to change my vote.
He says, who wants to watch that when you wake up? Hey, Arnie, who wants to watch that even at any time? In between or before or after? Pretty incoherent. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
how about the Waltons?
Walton's was, it had its moments. Thanks a lot, Pally. Walton's. I keep thinking of that mole on John Boy's face.
Yeah, that's the mole.
Was that where Greg's been looking for that mole for a long time. I think if you look on John Boy's puss, you'll find a mole, Greg, okay? Now, back in the day, I might elaborate on that, but right at the moment, I think probably, especially the way things are going, probably not. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line.
Oh, we're fine.
WQAM, hello. QAM, yes, sir.
I got one for your poll. I don't remember the name of it, though. It was on Whammy. He had this balding guy, glasses in his 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding, Neil. Great show.
Thanks. See you, Pally. Ta-ta. Yeah, we could put that on there, but we did that one other time. No, we're not putting that. We're talking about a network TV show, a show that somebody actually watched. Not that horrible abortion.
Whammy! God, it sucks.
Oh, yeah, but they know their stuff, man. That Barry Diller, Phyllis Diller, whatever his name is, he really knows his crap. Yeah, that's especially his crap. There's another one of the luckiest people on the face of the globe. And that whole entourage there from Whammy. Oh, we're going to reshape we're going to retool it. We're going to yeah, right. They really had an impact, huh? Now let's speak in English. When you look at the succession of garbage that they had out loud. What was his name? Bill what?
Ooh,
Come on. Bill Tesh. Tush. No, Tush. Bill Tesh was not him. Bill Tesh is the one that tinkles on the piano. The old E.T. guy.
Bill Tech, then. Something like
Bill,
that.
That's it, Bill. Just think of Todd Drek. Out loud. Man, that was something. Of course we can't say. Yeah, that's what it was. That's the word. WQAM, hello.
Hey, this is Neil?
Yes, sir.
I got a show for you, man.
All right.
The A-Team.
The A-Team. Pretty bad, eh?
Oh, mud on. That show shouldn't have been freaking evil. I ever made it to the network.
Menage la miseria. Okay, quit while you're ahead, pal. We got enough problems already. 567, the A-Team. Mr. T.
Yeah.
Fonzie, what did he have to do with the A-Team?
He said A.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Well, when you're in Canada, it's not unusual. WQM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Maybe Henry Winkler's Canadian, but I hope not. Yes, sir.
I got another show for you, Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy, I think somebody beat you to it, but it's a good choice, and we thank you. Don't feel bad.
It did stink, though.
It was pathetic. Thank you. No problem. The worst TV show of all time, the Rick Sanchez Show, 57. Man, oh man, that's more people that actually watch it.
Quit your jibber jabber.
I'm sure glad you're sitting on that end.
End of what?
Yeah, the end of your career. The end of your mediocre career is flashing before your eyes. The Rick Sanchez Show, 57, Dr. Phil, 41, Anna Nicole, 36, Survivor, 26, Magic Johnson's Chat Show had chat, that is, 23. Oh, there we go again.
Did I dump that?
No. Rosie O'Donnell's Show, 17. I said chat.
Okay.
Hee Haw, 12. I sure hope you dumped that other thing.
What other thing?
The Love Boat, 7. Touch Produced by an Angel, 6. Roseanne, 6. The Gong Show, 5. Arsenio Hall, 5. Little House on the Prairie, 3. Why am I reading all these ones with like a 1 and a 2? Like Lawrence Welk Show. Oh, that belongs on there.
Ooh, yeah. A 1, a 2.
The Lawrence Welk Show. And that's a wonderful. And here's the Lehman Sisters.
The wonderful Anna Connie.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hi.
Hi.
Got a one for your poll.
Okay.
Actually made me Ralph the other day.
Yes.
Imus in the morning.
Oh, Imus in the morning. What a concept.
Imus is so boring.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Thank you, Pally. See you. He's trying to say Imus is so boring, and who are we to disagree? And incoherent. Last few days, boy, he's been really just for yucks in the morning at about 8:30. When we're confabulating before the show, I'll pop that thing up here and how do you say it? Yeah, can't understand a frickin' word he's saying. I'll guarantee you he won't get fined because you couldn't understand. He could say all 7 words, including and plus the 9 new ones. He could say all 16 words, and nobody could ever make out what he's saying. So he's safe. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
One for the poll.
Okay.
If it's not there already. Urkel?
Urkel.
Is that the name of the show? Urkel,
No.
I think.
What is the name of that show?
Family Matters, I think.
Family Matters?
Well, that one then.
Okay, thank you. That one. The one with Urkel, you know.
Right.
Family Ties, Family Matters, Family Splatters, all of these things. 5, 6, 7. So many bad TV shows and so little time, at least only till 2 o'clock. Islamic group seeking to fire radio host. A national Islamic anti-defamation organization called Friday for the firing of Boston talk radio host Jay Severin after he allegedly suggested in his afternoon talk show that the U.S. should kill all Muslims. The statement made during Severin's show Thursday on WTKK-FM was allegedly part of a discussion about how Severin believes Muslims want to take over the world, said Rabia Ahmed, a spokeswoman for the Council on American Islamic Relations. She then said, he remarked, "I've got an idea. Let's kill all Muslims." The council was notified of the statement by a caller, Ahmed said. This type of hate speech affects everyone, he said, adding that she spoke with WTKK's general manager on Friday. It causes a downward spiral of hostility toward interfaith relations, and our society should not tolerate it. Matthew Mills, the general manager of WTKK, declined to comment on Severin's alleged comments on Saturday. But WHDH television reported that a WTKK representative said Severin would apologize on his show today. He's going to apologize. Ahmed said that on Friday. Mills told her that the organization that the statement was taken out of context. He said Severin wasn't talking about American Muslims. He was talking about Muslims outside the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how a statement like "let's kill all Muslims" can be put in any type of context that would be okay, Ahmed said. We recognize the importance of free speech, but people need to be responsible. Yeah, be responsible up there in Boston, you lunatics, you maniacs, you preverts. Hope he runs away with a cardinal, whatever, a Cardinal Cushing. Cardinal Kushmir and Tochus.
Cushy?
Yeah, he had a cush job there for a while. And then Cardinal Law had a cush job too, till everybody came flying out of the closet with their little boys. Well, speaking of little boys, Jacko whacked his 2 lead lawyers off his sensational kitty sex court case at the urging of his radical Nation of Islam advisors, a top source said yesterday. What did I tell you?
Uh-huh.
We were discussing this before the show, and I said, it must be that Nation of Islam crowd talked him into this deal. And George said, huh?
Hmm?
Out are celebrity lawyers Mark Garagos and Benjamin Braffman, and in is Thomas Messerow, another famed legal defense eagle who had recently represent actor and murder suspect Robert Blake, who canned him, by the way. A well-placed source said Garagos and Braffman were dumped by the beleaguered King of Pop at the urging of the Nation of Islam leaders who are tied to Louis Farrakhan. In Braffman's case, he was battling people around Michael Jackson, 3 strident Muslims, the source said. These people have no real interest in Jackson. They have interest in control, being up there, showing who they are and where they can reach. And, of course, they're going to do everything they can to turn it into a racial thing. You do understand that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
The Nation of Islam. Since, of course, he's been always so big in the black community, in the kind of pasty, pale-faced black community. Is her name Sheila Jackson? Is that the congresswoman out there that's always showing up at these press conferences with him now? And all these other black leaders?
Don't know.
Hasn't done squat for black people his entire life, and all of a sudden, it's a racial thing. Everything sooner or later in America turns into a racial thing. 27 after 11 at 560. This is something that is not. It's an anybody thing. It's the Lobster Fest at the Emerald Coast. It's back right now. If you've never been there, you have no idea. This is not just another one of the 85, 100 Asian buffets waiting out there. This is unmatchable. It is positively
unbelievable.
And because it's spring with all the spring breakers out there, kids 6 and under eat for free at the Emerald Coast. In addition, Emerald Coast still offers you all their sensational mouth-watering dishes. Start out with any of 6 different soups, or try a few of them, or all of them if you like. Then sample dozens of succulent entrees. New York strip made to order at their sizzling Asian grill. The brand new Hunan fish. Enjoy Maine lobster thermidor style. Jonah crab. Oysters on the half shell. And shovel in a little bit of that hand-carved prime rib. Their new Thai specialties as well. Their buffet features a full salad bar, full Chinese food lineup, their brand new sushi bar, and, of course, fresh cocktail. And if you have any room after all of these things, boy, you must be some kind of a porker. But if you do, waddle yourself over to the dessert station where you'll find Belgian waffles and pies and cakes, pastries, ice cream with all your favorite toppings, even fresh fruit. And don't forget, no MSG headache because they don't use any crap, only the finest ingredients at the Emerald Coast. 3 locations for you, Pembroke Pines, Sunny Isles, and Sunrise. So take the whole family with you. Book your next business luncheon right now, and don't forget to fill out a monthly membership card, too, so you can get their monthly newsletter. Let our good friends at the Emerald Coast cook up a storm for you. Takeout and delivery available, too. Call 954-572-3822. That's 954-572-3822 for the unmatchable Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Are you drudge packing?
I want a full investigation.
The children, what about the children? The children.
I want a full investigation.
The children, what about the children? The children, what about the children?
Michael Powell wanna know where the food's at. Drops a foul about a gal's little teeth tat. He don't want you to ever to see that. All to do, all to think, all to say crap. And unqualified and spoiled bitch brat. Got the gig as a gift from his old man. That should tell you where the hell his hand's at. Boots got coral, brows are flushing. They close their eyes and play the yucky. Save us all from nudity. That's gay, or the new physics queen. Michael Powell wanna know where the move's at. And let me find that can show that. He has the mind of a 5-year-old lad. Violence is good, but sex is so bad. Needs a graham cracker milk and a long nap. Thanks to the job that he got from his dad. We got a moralist FCC. If you don't want the children seeing nudity, that's your own responsibility. Clean your own mess up, don't bother me with this. I don't want to babysit your kid. Michael Powell wanna know where the move's at. He didn't like what he saw when he sat on the toilet with a feminine bag. It was pretentious from a boob in that sack. I'm just a sissy that likes to grandstand. Michael Powell wanna know where the move's at. Michael Powell wanna know where the move's at.
Maybe Michael Powell needs to be douched by an angel, do you think?
I'll go get the bucket.
Get the Della Grease. 27 till noon. American Idol, somebody suggests. That's a magnificent choice.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. Piece of crap, and that's why it's so big. Just like McDonald's. Just horrendous, grotesque. It's huge. Now, this fact from Michelle, does this show you about my psychic powers again?
Mm-hmm.
She says, I'd like to submit Too Close for Comfort. I don't even know what that show is. What is that?
It was the one that had Jim J. Bullock in it.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Wow. And Michelle sends 2 spy reports. First, Bob Weaver's alive and kicking. We were talking about him this morning. I was. Right?
Yes, we were.
Says, I saw him on a commercial for some patio show. He didn't look so good, is what it says. Well, you wouldn't look so good either if you got screwed over real bad by Channel 6, by NBC 6, where they treated him like crap, and they just, without letting him say goodbye, they unceremoniously dumped his ass. Bob Weaver, my good close personal friend, Weaver the weatherman. You people at Channel 6 are a bunch of axe murderers. That's what Joe Rose tells us. And 2, articles from the Drudge website were being reported and read on Phil's show.
Are you sure?
How do you like that? He's made the complete turn to right-wing classhole now, Phil Henry. A total sellout.
So sad.
Pathetic. Tragic.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Rick Sanchez Show 69. I don't think he's going to win, though. I think others will catch him and pass him like he's squatting still. I should play that bit. The one where he's squatting over Iraq, you know?
I ain't saying nothing.
Well, not any more than that. Okay. There was nothing wrong with that. It was just like somebody burst his balloon, that's all. All this panic about, oh, I heard that sound. I heard a sound. Yeah, well, prove it, okay? It's got to pass the sniff test on this show. If it don't pass the sniff test, if it's got no aroma, then it don't count.
Right. Like there's no passion involved.
It's like if you fart in the elevator and it doesn't have any aroma. If it's an SBD, no, if it's, what's the opposite?
Noisy but antiseptic.
An NBA. It's a Wilt Chamberlain fart. NBA. Anyway, the worst ever sing-along with Mitch. Oh, could that have been the Mitch Miller show? I don't recall that he had a show, but that if he did, it was. You're right, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay says, sing-along with Mitch. You know what I loved about Mitch Miller? And I say this very sarcastically, besides from he was from Rochester. He used to do the thing with a hand. How do I do it on the radio? Look in the speaker on your radio, folks.
Okay, I'm looking.
You know what I'm talking about? Where he had his hands like up in the air, like
conducting.
Oh, man. Woo! The good news is Mitch Miller is dead. That's the good news. No more of that. Let's see. Chicken Soup with Jackie Mason was by far the worst TV show ever. Was it on long enough to qualify? It was terminal. It says Chicken Soup with Jackie Mason, who's still talking like this. He and Mo are the only 2 people in the world speak like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Oh, and I'll tell you one person that Mo ain't speaking like that or like anything else to. I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again, just to bust his balls. And that's Geldy.
What about it?
They don't speak.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that.
Very little conversation in between the what's on the air. They just, kind of sit there and look in the opposite direction. It didn't take, well, it took quite a while. It took a couple of years. And
for us
Geldy,
to find out.
That relationship. Oh, yeah. And this, of course, comes right from the horse's mouth. When I was there, somebody came to me and said, just like that. Told me the whole story. But that's you, Mo. The man wants to be liked. He wants to be loved. But he's a hard guy to love. Now, back in the day, I could have had some good lines about that, but I don't think I will no more. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Don't forget, not only have we got Katerina Witt no clothes on our Behind the Beaded Curtain today, but right there on our website among the bedtime stories today is a story with a headline, Pat Boone stands up for censorship. And I guess we're talking literally and figuratively, because if you click onto the original story from the Drudge Retort, that's with 2 T's, you'll see the old Boone in the box. I've got news for you, man. That's, I don't want to say it. Not too impressive. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Maybe that's what he used to write those love letters in the sand. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Pally.
Yes, sir.
For the poll, I got Full House.
Full House was tragic.
That was bad.
It was horrendous.
With the songs, the Dean Scream that you have.
Right.
You guys got to dig up by AC/DC, Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap, whatever it's called. Right at the end, you guys got to compare that. It's, I think Bon Scott was the man.
All right, we'll work on it.
I don't know. See you, Pally.
Thanks, Pally. Have a great day. And don't forget. In fact, let's do a poll on that. What you like better? You like the Dean Scream or Geldy? Huh? I don't think it's any contest. Geldy's got him hands down. Howard Dean was the man. The Kerry people now are getting pissed off at me. Look, I tell you the way I see it, okay? I'm not here to pander to anybody. I'm not here to do light bulb radio. Oh, the right is all bad, the left is all good, and whatever, you know. That's crap. It's idiotic, it's garbage. It's swill. The fact of the matter is that Bush would be, Kerry, whatever his name is, Kerry would be 20 points ahead right now if he was running a good campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, the war is a disaster. The economy, the gas prices, every day they seem to be hitting an all-time new high. $2.48 for a premium unleaded in California today. When I was there, I paid $2.08 to fill up my beautiful Corvette. You ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
In my life, did I ever pay $2 a gallon for gas? No. So, and the economy is still, unemployment is rampant. They keep peddling, keep manipulating all the numbers. Well, the market is this. Yeah, today, maybe not tomorrow. In fact, what is the market doing today?
Bad.
Let's take a quick peek. Is it bad? No, not real bad. Just kind of like medium bad. Nah, look at that. It's flip-flopped. Kind of like Bush and Kerry. It's doing a flip-flop. Dow up 3 points. NASDAQ down 82 cents. Not doing much. But any kind of a candidate that was really running a hell of a campaign. And then, of course, speaking of Miss Fudge, the Kerry tapes. ABC's going to show the Kerry tapes, how he threw his medals in 1971. Who gives a flying fudge about that at this point, huh? Who cares? He threw anything they got. If all of a sudden he wakes up in the morning, Kerry, and he's got a pimple on his ass, right away the Drudge Report is going to have a big report with pictures of it, no doubt. Blown up 8 million times. Like a humongous Gila monster or something like that. Look at this. Look what we found this morning on Kerry's butt. And, of course, there are a lot of stupid people out there like this one.
Or who the personalities are that we might be looking at or that the Iraqis might be looking at.
Oh, brother. He makes me want to scream. I'll tell you that. Roland Colin, him and his son, man. Send the two of them on the next mission to Mars. Am I getting a little worked up here? Tell me to calm down. It's only Monday. We're just like JJ said. We're just faking our way through. We want the paycheck. That's all. Just want the paycheck. We're just faking our way through. Mm-hmm. And this week, we're just faking our way through till 11 Thursday morning when the book comes out. And then they will fear you.
Live and local.
Or not.
This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Amber, this golden gasser. Wonderful WQAM.
How may I be helping you today? Hey. Would you please be having a blue Slurpee? We are having a sale on Camels. We have had about many flavors. I'm afraid that is not feasible.
R-A-G-G-A-G-A-D-A.
Okay, I'll tell you everything. My skin may be brown, but inside I'm pink. Yes, it's true, we put our women in bags. It is only because they smell so bad. You can blame a group for the actions of a group, but we don't all drink our wee-wee. Smell like our poop. Let's do stop making fun of me. Let's take off my beard, make my face clean. Raghead. If you excuse me now, I'm ready to sing. R-A-G-G-A-K-E-D. Raghead, ah-la-la-la. Raghead, ah-la-la-la. Raghead, ah-la-la-la. Raghead, ah-la-la-la. Raghead, ah-la-la-la. R-A-G-G-A-K-E-D. Raghead.
11:46, 14 till noon at 560 WQM. The worst TV show of all time is Bridget Loves Bernie, says some faxer. Leonard. Thank you, Leonard. Priest charged in 1980 killing of nun. This is a lovely story. Another one of these isolated incidents. Toledo, Ohio. A Roman Catholic priest was charged in the 1980 killing of a nun whose body was found in the chapel of the hospital where he served as chaplain, police said. The Reverend Gerald Robinson, 63, was arrested Friday, 5 months after police reopened the investigation into the death of Sister Margaret Ann Paul, Chief Mike Navarro said. Paul, 71, was stabbed about 30 times.
About 30, man.
And strangled April 5th, 1980, police said. Her body was found in the chapel of Toledo's Mercy Hospital, where she was the caretaker. At a news conference Friday night, Navarro said new technology led to Robinson's arrest. He wouldn't elaborate on what the link was to Robinson, nor would he talk about evidence or motive. Police started up the cold case based on a tip provided to the Lucas County Prosecutor's Office. The Reverend Michael Billion, spokesman for the 19-county Diocese of Toledo, said church officials will cooperate with police. It certainly saddens the diocese, he says. A lot of sad stuff going on these days in the Catholic Church, you notice?
Yeah, I noticed.
It's sad. But then again, just pass the plate, please.
I'll pass it over.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let's get a list of about 20, 30,000 names.
About 30, man.
Of really bad TV shows. So many in so little time. Line 9, WQM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a show for your poll.
Okay.
The 700 Club with Pat Robertson.
If we want to consider that a show, which it really isn't, but who wants to be picky at this time since it's...
I hate him.
Okay, and me too. Thank you. The 700 Club. Is that really the name of a show?
Yeah.
It is?
Sure. That's the name of the show.
Show enough. The 700 Club with the obnoxious, sneering, grinning, oh man. Too bad about that Charles Taylor, in Africa. All those deals he had going. Spoiled all his plans. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
What's happening?
How you doing, Pally?
That's my choice. What's happening?
Oh, what happening? Oh, I think. Okay, what happening? Okay, I thought he would give me like a greeting, but it's what happening. Was that really the name of the show?
Yes.
What's happening? Well, who was on that show?
Rerun.
Rerun?
He died.
Or was it an original? What happening? I just vaguely remember that. How long ago was that?
Not long enough.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
How you doing, sir?
Bill Check was the whammy guy. Glenn Beck is that right-wing guy in the morning.
Glenn Beck, right.
Glenn
Looking
Beck.
at Bill Tech and Glenn Beck.
Right, and then that show that I hated, probably the worst, One Day at a Time. That Schneider guy was in the closet, dude.
Yeah.
Neil.
Okay, thanks. Now, One Day at a Time, I thought, didn't we do that one?
I thought we put that on there already.
Well, let's take a look. That was the Bonnie Franklin, right?
See.
And the guy, the janitor was Pat Harrington.
Correct.
From the Steve Allen Show.
And Valerie Bertinelli.
And Valerie Bertinelli. She was cutesy.
Sure, Mackenzie Phillips. She wasn't cutesy enough to save the show, though.
No.
And
That
Bonnie
was a
Franklin never wore
horrible,
a bra.
horrible show. It was bad. It was annoying. And how come it is that so many of these annoying shows, I guess they must have had some kind of a good deal for the putting it in the syndication, because these shows keep coming back. Here's another one, the most watched show in the world. Now, you already know because you already just sent me the facts. The most watched TV program in the history of the world is Baywatch. What does that tell you? That there's no chance for human race.
There's an excuse for that, even though I didn't watch it because it had the, the unctuous...
Okay, now let me see if I can remember his name. Billy Batson. Billy, don't tell me. No. The little kid with the black hair, the short kid.
That turned into Shazam.
He sure looks better than Pamela Lee, but then you'd agree with anybody. He looks better than Pamela Lee. Billy, Bibbit.
No.
I don't know what his name is.
Are
you know it?
Talking about the surfer?
Yeah.
Kelly Slater?
No, not Kelly Slater. Kelly Slater was like a real surfer in real life. This was on the show. He was a surfer. He was a surfer like I'm a surfer. Billy Warlock. That's it. See how easy that was? Just slipped right off your tongue.
You know, I can honestly say I've never watched an entire episode of that show.
Really?
Really.
I've watched it, but only in Europe. When there was no other English language program on, either in Amsterdam or in Germany. It's on just about every country in the world.
I tried to watch it, and then Pam comes on the screen.
And then to show you how desperate the world is, to show you what bad taste people have got, they really think that David Hasselhoff is like an actor, like a stud, like a something, as opposed to here where we know him best and we can't put him almost in a category with Rick Sanchez. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a couple for you, man.
How about one?
Okay, one. What about Dance Fever?
Dance Fever, bad show. Dance Fever, and that was Denny Terrio.
See.
Ask Murph Griffin how Denny's doing these days, okay? In fact, maybe Murph will be appearing at Denny's. Oh, that's all a bunch of crap, okay? He was madly in love with Ava Gabor. We know that. Yeah. Come on, Murph, come out before it's too late. That's my poll question. What do Murph Griffin, Charlie Crist, and Norma Lee Kent have in common? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. So far, Rick Sanchez Show, 80. Anna Nicole, 58. That cow. Dr. Phil, 48. Survivor, 35. Magic Johnson, Chat Show, 29. Rosie O'Donnell, 20. Did we get Arsenio on here or not?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We did?
We did.
I was always afraid he was going to fall right off the edge of that couch, The Arsenio Hall Show. I don't see it.
Oh, it's there.
You're positive. Oh, there it is. It's got 7 votes right under Douche by an Angel. Let's play that thing again.
Go for it.
Not. WQAM, hello.
Roger?
Yes, sir.
I got something for you, Paul.
Yes?
A $6 million woman. That was a remake after the $6 million man?
Yeah.
Remember that?
No, I never saw that.
It's called The Bionic Woman, by the way.
The Bionic Woman, right.
The Bionic Woman. I got another one for George.
Okay, good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you doing that hee-haw thing again?
That's
See how it's infectious.
It's my impersonation of Wheezy.
I see. I thought she was on the Jeffersons.
Which we're not putting on there.
What's that?
The Jeffersons.
Oh, of course, it was one of the best shows on TV. Are you kidding me? Man, oh man, but hee-haw.
I'm infectious!
Exactly. Line 9's doing it again. WQAM, hello.
Did I hear you right? Is the Gong Show on your list?
Yes, supposedly.
Oh, come on. That's cutting edge.
Yeah, you're cutting edge.
You know how there are events in your life that...
Yeah.
There are events in your life that you'll never forget where you were?
Yes.
Like when JFK was shot, the Twin Towers attack, when Don Johnson called the Stan Major show.
When Paul Harvey Jr. made his last call to the Neil Rogers show, right.
And the Popsicle Twins came on the Gong Show.
Really?
Do you remember that?
I do.
That's what took the show off the air.
As a matter of fact, they showed that when they had the Chuck Barris autobiography thing. I mean, bio, whatever it was. They showed
That would never get on the air today, ever.
Right.
But anyway, I've got a show. I can't believe nobody's called it. It was really popular in Canada. It's a British show. And some of the worst and ugliest actors you've ever seen. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Was that not the worst show ever?
It was in the running.
They would take somebody like George and wrap him in bubble wrap.
Have a good. The Gong Show was fun, let's face it. And how come they had so many screamers on that show?
Coincidence.
J.P. Morgan was a real bulldog, and then they had Rip Taylor.
Jamie Farr.
Jamie Farr, do you think is... I don't think he's one.
Idea.
Oh, come on. Jamie Farr is gay?
I have no idea. He wore that dress on MASH.
Yeah, well, that proves it. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Fantasy Island.
Somebody beat you to it, man.
Oh, well, just remember, George is gay.
Okay, thanks. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Well, we always wanted to have a gay president, and I guess we got one. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil, how you doing?
Yes, sir, all right.
Hey, I got a show for you. How about Family Matters and Stupid Urkel?
Okay, again, somebody, let's just, I'll tell you what, call in and read us some from the list.
We could just start the show back. We rewind the tape.
Right.
And start the show at 10
I could read the facts again from JJ in Pembroke Pines, who hasn't called in yet, I don't think. Damn it. Probably listening to that Cary Grant show on IOD or whatever it is. Probably listening to the Light Bulb and some of that financial advice. Maybe listen to the Mitch Hirsch show. 370 votes. The worst TV show of all time, the Rick Sanchez Show, 85. I'm just going to do the top few. The contenders. Anna Nicole, 58. Dr. Phil, 50. Survivor, 35. Magic Johnson's Chat Show has 29. In fact, I think that would be most appropriate. 4 minutes till noon at 5:60. WQM, the Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4 this afternoon. We got to find out about those posters at the ball game.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
President below a retard, where the only thing that's true is what you see on TV. Cross reading books is way too hard. I'm back in the USSR. You shut your mouth and obey, boy. Back in the USSR. Raise me at the pump to fill my SUV. Far from me to ever complain. I pledge my loyalty to Citibank and BP. That's the starting tax American way. I'm back in the USSR. You shut your mouth and obey, boy. Back in the USSR. Well, the Fox News girls really knocked me out. Those bleach blonde bins got the crew stepped down. And the leftist views raise a question of doubt. And Coulter's all about show me where they got a lot of food to eat. Long as that is still allowed. I want to fill my plate with potatoes and meat. And then I'm gonna sit back down. I'm back in the USSR. You shut your mouth and obey, boy. Back in the USSR.
hereinbrechenden Sorgen, dabei Free- und Männer nationaler Parteien, Verbände,
12:02 at 560 WQMN. The sun is shining here. It's beauteous.
Good.
Case Castronova is listening and wants to know the Toronto weather. Let me take a peek and see what it's 48, but it's going to be 58. Ain't that lovely?
I'll take it.
Sunny and 58, nice little breeze. Oh man, just a light jacket, you know. Perfect. Anyway, here's the fax that says, after MASH. What does that mean?
That was a show.
That was the name of the show, After MASH?
Show, yeah. Bad idea.
After MASH?
Trust me.
Okay. How about Monster MASH? Here's one that says Davy and Goliath.
Sure.
I have no idea. What was that?
Claymation Christian show.
I beg your pardon?
Claymation Christian show.
Oi!
Let's see. Here's one that says, what's your opinion on Mo possibly redeeming himself just an ounce? This was his call on WQM's Draft Nook Party show Saturday. The Dolphins have selected Vernon Carey from the University of Miami. The crowd is screaming and jumping up and down here at Pro Player. It's like they were just told they can re-vote on the 2000 election. It's incredible. Not bad, it says, but still a weasel. Well, what's so great about that? Like he almost made a political statement and that redeems him?
No.
Guess what? No chance. Ask Geldy to redeem him? No. Still the same classhole as he always was. Here's the fact that says last week you talked about that nut Tim LaHaye, who said that the Antichrist will set up his reign in Babylon, which is present-day Iraq. Is it possible that the neocons are actually trying to help fulfill this prophecy? Who knows when you're dealing with crazy people? If so, they are following in the footsteps of many a megalomaniac dictator in history. Constantine also thought his military conquest and subsequent reign was destined by God, and his kingdom was the predecessor to the kingdom of Christ as prophesied. Ironically, Tim LaHaye was right about the Antichrist. Isn't the coalition headquarters also in Babylon? There's a website called yada yada yada, etc. and so on. Thanks, whoever you are. After MASH? Boy, thank goodness I missed that and Davy and Goliath. I feel like I've done something
wanted
right.
to get paid a lot of the the minor stars like Jamie Farr and Gary Burghoff, etc.
Gary what?
Burghoff.
Can't say that. No mo. He was on, for some reason, he was on a Match Game a lot.
Yeah, for some reason.
Gary Burghoff. And also his Richard, well, we don't want to talk about Richard Dawson.
He had a withered hand,
Yeah, he did?
Yes, Gary Burghoff, yes.
Well, I'll be damned. No wonder they kept
his one hand in MASH. He always kept one hand in his pocket or behind a clipboard.
I see. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. The worst TV show of all time is the Rick Sanchez Show. Has got about a 30, how many?
About 30, man.
29-vote lead over Anna Nicole Show. She's right on his ass. Anna Nicole's right on Ricky Ticky's ass. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is this Neil?
It sounds like me, yes.
How you doing, Uncle Neil?
I'm doing great.
You're not going to believe this, man.
I don't believe it.
I picked up your signal on 75 right out of Naples. So no one's tinkling. Can you still say that? No one's tinkering with your station today?
No one's with it, yeah.
That's it. So anyhow, I'm in the no man's land, the Alligator Alley. Just wanted to call, say hi. I hadn't talked to you in a long time. What about those Tampa Bay Lightnings? They're kicking the, out of Ontario, huh? Hey?
Out of Ontario? When is Montreal been in Ontario? Out of Quebec, eh?
Quebec.
Get it right. We got our own problems with Philadelphia, man.
Hey,
I like the Lightning. I think the Lightning could win the Cup this year. I really mean that. I like they got a hell of a team. Yeah.
Well, you know hockey more than me, that's for sure. I don't even know my geography.
They're fabulous.
Yeah, have a great day, all right?
And back to you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let's see, Friends, never funny. In fact, moving to South Florida was even better, says this fact. Sure, okay, Mike, that says it all. Even moving to South Florida was funnier than Friends. Another one of those state of mind things, kind of like Cheers. Cheers. Tom Jekyll like Cheers.
Wow.
No, well, what? Don't be knocking our good bald-headed little buddy, Tom Jekyll, about once every 2 years he writes something that makes sense. At least he wrote several articles about all this crap that's going on in broadcasting now, which is more than I can say for Glenn Garvin over there at the Miami Herald. Oh, can I come in and sit in on the show one day? Yeah, that'll be his excuse. Well, you guys never called me back. Call him up and tell him he's a classhole, okay? Glenn Garvin. Here we got the most unbelievable series of fines and censorship and all this crap going on. See, it's just like this march they had in Washington over the weekend. Women want to make their own choices, just like listeners want to make their own choices. People who read books and magazines and newspapers want to make their own choices. What a concept. That's what it used to mean to be free. Not no mo. And yet 50% of the public, I got to do this one again. I mentioned it earlier, but it just grinds my fat old pimply ass. A new poll shows that 57% of Americans continue to believe that Saddam Hussein gave substantial support to al-Qaeda terrorists before the war with Iraq, despite a lack of any evidence of that relationship. In addition, if that isn't depressing enough, 45% of Americans have the impression that clear evidence was found that Iraq worked closely with Osama bin Laden's network, and a majority believe that before the war, Iraq either had weapons of mass destruction or a major program for developing them. There is no known evidence to date that these statements are true. Oh, God. For example, among those who say most experts agree that Iraq had banned weapons, 72% plan to vote for Bush. So I guess, like subtract, because he's a moron, then the rest of the people who want to vote for him are moron. Right. Which makes sense to me. In the poll taken by the University of Maryland's Program in International Policy Attitudes, roughly 4 in 10 Americans perceived the administration as saying it had clear evidence that Iraq possessed weapons of mass destruction just before the war. Maybe they just disappeared. Maybe that magic wand thing, that sound you got there? Yeah, just like that. Well, they disappeared. Saddam waved his magic wand. Too bad for him he couldn't have waved his magic wand. He could have disappeared. Didn't work. If his magic wand was working so good. Just nauseating. And like the guy said before, where is the American public? Where are the people getting their information? Where are they getting their news? Where are they getting their facts? What the hell are they reading? Who's reading it to them besides me? And I don't apologize for reading any of these stories on the air. In fact, George was right about that. Got to be right about something sooner or later.
Eventually, like a stop clock.
Right. Like the one on the wall there that day. 567. Let's just lighten it up a little bit. I want to get all bent out of shape and pissed off again. I want to get JJ all upset in Pembroke Pines. 5670560 pound 560. I mean, if you watch, like I said last week, you watch BBC and then you watch CBC and then you turn over to any of the American networks and you wonder what world are these people talking about?
See, how do you
like that? That's
what?
The BBC. Now I don't know what the hell he just said. I think it was. I think he said, "Yeah, you better watch it."
Did I dump that?
I think so.
Here's again, it could mutate and be really difficult to cure.
It was in a research centre, similar to this one, that a young woman was infected with the deadly disease. International officials say it's clear mistakes were made, though safety checks are now being conducted.
We are concerned that it has taken a long time.
See, they put real news on there on the BBC and on the CBC. There are no puff pieces. If you watch CNN, 80% of what they show are puff pieces, 15% are lies, and the rest of it is just a bunch of crap. But anyway, that's what you got. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil, hey, how you doing?
Sensational.
If it's that bad in this country, then leave.
Yeah.
Okay? If
Yeah.
it's that bad, then leave. All right?
Yeah, I did.
I believe that, you know what, no matter how you feel about the war in Iraq,
Yeah.
you still have to support our president and our boys over there dying.
I see. So in other words, when Lyndon Johnson lied to the American public about Vietnam, we had to support our president? You're a quisling, man. You're a simpleton, okay? You're a moron. You're an idiot.
Moron.
Right. No matter how you feel, you have to support our president. What kind of a simpleton was that? What kind of a rock did he crawl out from under?
What kind of Iraq?
If it weren't for people protesting all throughout history, governments would have done God only knows what more kind of crap. Not to mention the crap they already got away with. Just like the Choymans, we were just following orders. Just quislings like you, man, are responsible for most of the slaughter that's taken place throughout recorded history, including what's going on right now. How could anybody support this madness, this lunacy? So basically what he's saying, even though we know they lied through their teeth to us and made up a whole bunch of crap to justify this, we still have to support our president. You're like a little child, man. You're like a little simpleton, like about a 5-year-old. And my apologies to every 5-year-old out there who certainly got you under the table. And I'll tell them what to do with you. Man. No matter what it is, we got to support our president. And see, the people like the Bush crowd, the neocons, they always try to lump we got to support our president and the troops, as if those people who protest against the war don't support the troops.
Guess what? The troops don't support the president.
Guess what? We're not the ones, those of us who oppose the war, that sent them over there to be slaughtered, which is going on every day, including 5 more today. Every single day there is blood on your hands. Simpletons like you, sir, there's blood gushing from every finger, from every pore in your hands. Go try to wash it off, man. Take every detergent, take Tide, take SOS pads, and you still can't scrub off the blood from your bloody hands, you bloody idiot. Anyway, like I said, let's keep it light.
All right.
1213 at 560 WQM. Think about it. For a virtual company to succeed without any storefront locations, it means beating the competition on every dimension. And that's what Dollar Mattress has been doing in South Florida for over 12 years. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get better prices, better delivery times, better customer service, better everything. Dollar Mattress won the 2004 Better Business Bureau local torch award for excellence because they work harder than anybody else to earn your business before, during, and after the sale. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS and talk to one of their expert bedding consultants, you can rest assured you're getting the best possible mattress anywhere. Choose from all the top names in a business. They got them all. They got Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, and even Stearns & Bananas Foster. At 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll discover there's never an extra charge for same-day delivery either. Dollar Mattress takes same-day orders all day long, from Kendall to Stewart, Palm Beach to Fort Myers. And don't forget, it's the truth. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you pick the date and 2-hour delivery window when you want your mattress delivered, and they're mighty proud of their delivery record. On-time deliveries, 99.7% of the time, almost perfect, almost as good as us. I'm a satisfied Dollar Mattress customer for years, and when you call them the first time, I guarantee you will be too. So do what we always do. Call 1-800-MATTRESS or log on to their website, mattress.com. Dollar Mattress, 1-800-MATTRES, the easiest possible way to buy you a great new mattress and get a great night's sleep.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Absolutely.
Back in the day when someone done us wrong, we didn't take their crap. In Pearl Harbor, when the Japs dropped their bombs, we bombed them back. And now the Saudis, they hit us hard, and on our cars our little flags wave, as that Saudi-loving retard points the bombers the wrong way. And I'm embarrassed to be an American, where they follow Bush like sheep. The United States of arrogance, led by Bush and his family, really got this country. Ambling towards the darkest days in our history. I don't want to be a Pax American in the USA. What's a few thousand innocent lives? Stop living in the past. If you want that SUV to drive, you're gonna need more gas. It's the greatest country in the world, they train us to believe. And anyone who says that obviously can't afford to leave. And I'm embarrassed to be an American, where we patriotically wave a flag in one hand with our head in the sand and blindly follow the powers that be. Apathetic, watching state run news on a 65-inch screen. Scratch your fart, everything's okay in the USA.
Yeah, you got to support a man, love it or leave it. All the old cliches. Brother, he must have found an old couple of bumper stickers, you know what? On his
rectum.
On the toilet seat. 12:19 at 560 WQAM. Tom and Kendall's got a good point. The worst show ever was Knight Rider, starring David Hasselhoff.
Absolutely correct, sir.
I don't know if that's the worst, but if it's got David Hasselhoff, it's got to be right in there.
Yeah.
That was the one with the car.
The gay car. Gay.
The gay car?
Yeah, the car was gay.
It was gay?
Quite.
You don't say.
I do.
Here's one that says, I'd rather eat worms and hang by my testicles than watch this doo-doo. Fear Factor. Another one. Another real piece of turd.
You turd. They had that naked segment I'd like to see more of. I missed the episode. Put it on the news.
Fear Factor deserves to be on there. People eating worms. People dehumanizing themselves, degrading themselves. Just like the guy that called here a minute ago. People showing their ass to the universe. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. This program is performed in legal operation and will be shut down. What did I just do? I think it must be my CIA tap on my computer. You think? So I guess I better read it real fast. The worst TV show of all time, Rick Sanchez Show 101, Anna Nicole Show 68, Dr. Phil 55, Survivor 41, Magic Johnson's Chat Show 34, Rosie O'Donnell Show 26. We do have a lot of Brits who listen, you know, so they must have a good sense of humor.
Yes, we do.
They understand what I'm talking about. They know exactly. In fact, if they were so obsessed with all the British stuff and the royal family, all that crap, the Battenbergs, they'd still be over there. They'd still be drinking all that crappy old... I can't say it.
No, you can't. Just move
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about I don't know if you heard of this show, but there's a show on ESPN2 called Cold Pizza. Terrible.
I have heard of it.
Yeah, terrible. And by the way, since Geldy doesn't talk to Mo anymore, how about a Crow and Mo show?
Okay. Sounds like a winner to me. Thanks, Pally. The Crow and Mo show, the Joe and Mo show, how about the No Mo show? I like that.
The O and Mo, they call it the Omo show.
The O and Mo show. Put a couple Omos on there. Oh, I love that. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. The day is going to come, Mo, when you're going to have to meet your Marvin Maker, okay, at Monticello Raceway in upstate New York. You're going to have to meet Marvin Maker. Speaking of that, Pat Boone stands up for censorship. This article is on our website today. Be sure and click on where it says link to original article from the Drudge Retort. That's with 2 T's. We can't say 2 T's.
No.
Well.
Can't even say Mr.
Clean living 1950s crooner Pat Boone is on a crusade to clean up Hollywood. I don't think censorship is a bad word, but it's become a bad word because everybody associates it with some kind of restriction on liberty. Boone told a group of reporters at the right-wing Washington Times, owned by the obnoxious Reverend Sun Myung Moon. Boone is in town lobbying, meaning in L.A., for the 60-plus association, a senior citizens group trying to repeal the inheritance tax, but he's more jazzed about the filth. Censorship is healthy for any society, and that goes for arts, entertainment, anything, said Boone. At some point a line that has to be drawn between one man's liberty and another man's license. By Boone's standards, the U.S. government's become more healthy since Janet Jackson flashed her right breast for a nanosecond during the Super Bowl. An FCC crackdown on indecent broadcast netted a $495,000 fine for the Howard Stern Show. Stern shows no discipline and no self-restraint at all, Boone told journalists. Interestingly enough, Boone could give Janet Jackson a pointer about how to expose an organ, and then on the next page, which you'll see, there's that picture from back in '84. The old Boone in the box from Hustler magazine. It says, this Look What I Found photograph has been floating around for years on Usenet, the online network of discussion groups that even turned up on a Frank Zappa-produced pictorial in Hustler magazine in 1984. Someone had found a Polaroid and sold it to Larry Flint, Hustler's publisher, according to one performer. Since he couldn't use it anywhere else, he used it here. As you might expect, Flint had a field day with this one. A field day. Boy, ain't no thing.
Yeah,
567-0560. See, just don't use no adjective and you'll be okay. Right. No adjective. Line 9, QAM, hello. Not there on line 9. Or what is it?
Can I use an adverb?
No. Just leave it alone. Don't touch it. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Emerald had a show that was pretty bad. It was a sitcom.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Do we know the name of it?
How many, I don't know. He doesn't know what the name of it was. Emerald Lagasse. Man, now I can't play those drops anymore.
No.
Can't play the sounds that go along with Emerald. We can't do anything. And this guy says, love it or leave it, and you have to back our president. What kind of a gerbil crawled up inside of his body, huh? Man. What a lunatic. That had to be a put-on, didn't it? That didn't have to be a joke.
Must have been.
I can't believe anybody could possibly be that stupid, that much of a quisling.
Just to get you whipped up.
It worked. Good. That's good. I make no apologies for Bush bashing because I intend to do plenty of it between now and the election, man. Somebody's got to.
When Jackson showed up late for his hearing because of all the chaos outside of...
Oh, yeah, they're planning for Friday, when he's going to be, they have the thing. What do they call it?
Grandstand.
No, they're planning another. They're going to bus people in, busloads of people for another big
buttloads
dog and pony show, right? I beg your pardon? Busloads. WQAM, hello.
HR Puffin stuff.
WQAM, hello.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay, somebody beat you. That was Iran with the H&R Puffin stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Right. Well, but he actually said something almost coherent.
Almost.
It's your buddy.
Yeah. Come on.
WQAM, hello.
Love to meet you.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Have you read Big Lies by Joe Conason?
No, but I got it in the other room, as a matter of fact.
Oh, man, it is awesome.
I got a whole bunch of books lined up I got to read.
About 30, man. I'll start with that one. It's full of great, all the Republican right-wing hypocrisy.
Yeah. See, there's no point in my reading any of this stuff because I was thinking about this last night. I've read all of these things and they all say this. I mean, I know it. I don't need to keep reinforcing it. I know it. The problem is the public doesn't want to know it.
One more thing. Here's a contribution for you. A word that you may be able to get away with. Tooth bag.
What is it?
Tooth bag. Instead of what you used to be able to say.
Tooth bag?
A tooth bag.
Oh, tush bag. I see. Okay, we'll work on it. Thanks. We'll tell Della Grease. What do you think? Tush bag?
Rectum.
No. You love that? Oh, we gotta do the break. Schools raided by FBI in Permian crackdown. Eric was so whipped up about it, he actually emailed me this story over the weekend from the Arizona Republic.
All right.
Get those boots stomping, baby. Fascism is alive and well. They're going to slam your kids up against the wall. They're going to frisk them. They're going to grab them. They're going to squeeze them. They're going to search them. Then they're going to send them off to be slaughtered in Iraq or some other 85th world country. You'll see. But you got to love it, man. You got to love America and the president. As the Chinese say, pal, Zion America. 27 past noon at 560 WQM. Let's face it, you've been hearing me talk about fast train for a long, long time now. I probably wondered if it makes sense for you. The facts are pretty easy. If you have the dedication, Fast Train can provide you with the necessary training, and they can help you really achieve that new high-paying computer career in just 4 short months. That's right. In just 4 short months, by the end of the summer, you can be on your way. Fast Train's got day, night, and weekend classes, financial assistance for those who qualify, and once you complete your classes, Fast Train will even assist you in obtaining a new, high-paying computer job. It's really that easy. All you have to do is make that one easy call, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Fast Train's got 7 Florida locations, including Miami, Kendall, Fort Lauderdale, Pembroke Pines, so there's bound to be a Fast Train campus near where you live. So check them on the web first. Get more information at fasttrain.com, and then make that one easy call. Sit there right on your fat ass and make that easy call that can change your life in a big way and get you a big, fat paycheck. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
J-Lo's mom won $2.4 million at a casino down in AC. And now all the rest of us poor dumb schmucks wonder how the hell can this thing be? Gambling at the Borgata, dropping dollars in the slots, nibbling an enchilada when the Wheel of Fortune slot machine got hot.
Increíble.
When the numbers started spinning, she knew deep down in her guts, Guadalupe started grinning and won a jackpot bigger than her daughter's butt. Caramba! J-Lo's mom is rolling in the money. They brought her a giant paper check. When you stop and think it's kind of funny, talk about your bad luck, Ben Affleck.
Oh, my God.
1232 at 560 WQM. Here's Jack faxes me and says, book he wants to recommend, Rogue State, America at War with the World, by T.D. Allman. I wonder if he's kin to Greg Allman. Mr. Allman gives a detailed description of the players and their actions which have led the U.S. to this genocide in Iraq. I'm certain you'll find it extremely informative read. By the way, did you see the AFP photo from Iraq where the U.S. soldier is searching a 3 or 4 year old little girl? It was in today's Herald. If that photo doesn't say what effing insanity this is, then I don't know what does. Well, how about the fact that all these little children got shot at and killed?
That story that you mentioned earlier, I heard a different version over the weekend on the news.
Yes.
The roadside bomb blew up the Humvee. Children came out to jump up and down on the Humvee. When the Army showed up, they opened fire on the children that were stomping on the Humvee.
Right.
And killed 4 of them.
Yes. How is that different from the story I had?
Oh, nothing, just that detail.
I see. Why do you know when things happen?
Yeah.
Got to take everybody out. When in doubt, take those little kids out. Let me say it again. There isn't one person who is been killed, maimed, wounded over there who would be killed, maimed, or wounded except for this insanity. It wasn't paradise, but it was, we propped them up in there and they were doing the best they could. Of all the Arab countries, they were living they had the greatest equality between men and women.
Right.
High standard of living.
Decent economy.
Well, there you go. But no, and we're gonna force democracy down your throats whether you want it or not.
As if we are.
No, not doing too good of a job. Now, speaking of democracy, or what it used to be, schools raided by FBI and pirating crackdown. This is from the Arizona Republic. Federal agents in Phoenix and elsewhere in the country raided schools and other targets in a national crackdown on pirated music, CDs, and movies. You ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
Agents poured through data and records at a computer command center for the Deer Valley School District in the Northwest Valley, this is in Arizona and Phoenix, and blocked the office from the public. It was among other places in Arizona and quite a few other states where sealed search warrants were served, the FBI be saying. The raids came on the same day that the Justice Department officials in Washington announced the creation of a new intellectual property task force to step up copyright enforcement. The Intellectual Property Task Force. Some of the stolen copyrighted material being sought in the raids is suspected as having been distributed from overseas sources. The raids are reflective of a new effort by the Justice Department to treat copyright enforcement as a higher priority, something that motion picture and music industry officials have been urging. FBI agents raided the Deer Valley District's Administration Services Center just south of Deer Valley High School in Glendale about 6 a.m. and stayed most of the day. The site houses the district's information services and technology offices, essentially the brains of the district's computer system, said Timothy Tate, district spokesman. School officials were not warned in advance. Even the district's top officials, including Superintendent Virginia McElhee, learned of the search warrant only when computers went down. Classes were not disrupted, but computer use in the district office was limited with no internet access or email. We were very much in the dark, Tate said. FBI spokesman Paul Bresson wouldn't comment on why the federal government was searching a school district system, and he wouldn't identify the other sites in Arizona or elsewhere that were served with the warrants. Bresson refused to comment on the raids at Deer Valley facility and elsewhere, and he wouldn't say how targets were identified, noting the search warrants were under court seal. Last year, a Senate Judiciary Subcommittee held a hearing on the link between international copyright piracy and organized crime, and the FBI has said there's strong evidence that organized crime groups have moved into intellectual property crime using the profit to pay for other activities. On Wednesday in Washington, David Israelite, chairman of the Justice Department's Intellectual Property Task Force, announced the names of people who would serve with him on a new task force created by Attorney General John Ashcroft. The task force will examine how the Department of Justice handles intellectual property issues and develop recommendations to future efforts. The group expects to issue a report and recommendations to Ashcroft by the end of the year. I think the report's going to say just knock their doors down and confiscate anything you want. Books, computer records, all of these things. You know what I'm saying?
All of these things.
Right. Magazines, newspaper articles, periodicals, etc. Toilet paper, stuff, graffiti written on the tea room walls, all of these things. I just mentioned that in passing, as the sound of those bootsteps keeps getting louder and louder. Love it or leave it, baby. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. The worst TV show, look at that. It did shut off. I wasn't even paying any attention to it. But the good news is it came back on. Don't you feel better? It came right back on. Worst TV show of all time is your choice. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
Hi.
This
Great.
is Kathy. I'm still fuming over that guy that just called you. I think, part of the country is just a Jerry Springer mentality. And to answer when George said most of the men don't want to be there, on Dan Rather 2 weeks ago, they interviewed a gentleman and his wife. He'd been in Iraq for a year. And he said that the president needed to answer to all the soldiers that are there. He's a West Point graduate, and he lost 3 of his best friends. And they asked him, I guess his time in the service was up, and he said, what are you going to do now? And he said, I'm going to call the Kerry campaign and see if I can campaign for Kerry.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's, even Chris Matthews said last week when the coffins, they showed the 2 people that were fired.
Right.
And he said, how can these people be fired and the people who took us into war aren't fired? I mean,
right.
People, I don't know.
And now they're attacking Kerry on his war record. You got an AWOL president, you got a vice president who got a deferment, never served 1 minute.
That's right. That's right. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But, I listen to you every day. I've read every book. And, again, I just feel that it's the people who have no clue. They don't read. They don't listen to
they're hopeless.
On.
They're hopeless.
And
That's why I always feel I'm preaching to the choir.
No, you're not. If it hadn't been for you, I would never have started reading 2 years ago. And you just have to keep on. And people are coming around. Believe me, they are.
Slowly but surely. Well, we've got a few months. We still got time.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
21 till 1 at 560 WQAM. Love it or leave it. You got to support our president. No, we don't. That's why we got an election, okay? See, in a dictatorship, you don't have any choice, like in Cuba.
Right.
You have no choice. And by the way, speaking of democratic elections, they're not going to have any democratic elections in Iraq. I'd like to point that out to you. The U.S. and the UN are going to decide who the ruling parties are going to be. And they're all going to be related to Ahmed Chalabi and all his other family of gangsters. That's who we're going to be putting in there. But at any rate, just drop that in. Don't, let it bother you. Hey, is your company suffering from regulations that increase labor costs? Let Oasis Outsourcing help you when it comes to the people side of your business. Payroll administration, Fortune 500 company employee benefits, human resource services, and risk management are just a few of the services Oasis Outsourcing can cover to help your business be more profitable. Call Oasis Outsourcing today for a fee evaluation at 1-866-OASIS. That's 1-866-286-2747. With more than 60,000 employees worldwide, Oasis Outsourcing understands the many facets of human resource management. Outsourcing has been recognized by firms large and small as a powerful management choice, which allows you to focus on your core business while leaving the operational details to Oasis Outsourcing. Let Oasis Outsourcing make your business more profitable. If you'd like a free evaluation with no obligation, just make that toll-free call, 1-866-OASIS. That's 1-866-286-2747 for Oasis Outsourcing.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
This is Larry King, and they don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
Well, cause I'm bitch, she's a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a stupid bitch, she's a worth a bitch, she's a bitch to all the boys and girls. On Monday she's a bitch, on Tuesday she's a bitch, and Wednesday, Saturday she's a bitch. Then on Sunday, just to be different, she's a super king, Kamehameha, bitch. Have you ever met my baby? Cause I'm she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. To me, no bitch, and she has stupid hair, she's a bitch, 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 she's a stupid bitch. I'm on the bitch, and she's just a dirty bitch. Talk to kids around the world, it might go a little bit something like this.
.45, what's not to like? How come I stopped playing that?
I don't know. I give up.
It's got a nice good bleep in it, and just to make sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Here's a fax that says Neil Cheney got 5 deferments from the draft. Clinton got 1. Yeah, but the real question is how many jobs did Cheney get, huh? We know about Bubba. He got a few. That's what's all about. See, that's another thing. You look back on that sad, tragic era, the Kenny Starr era. Of course, now we got the Kenny Lay era. That's another story. The Kenny Starr era, when the country got dragged through all of this crap over lies about somebody's sex life that had nothing to do with anything. We had impeachment proceedings. We wasted millions and millions of your tax dollars over jobs, which we can't even say the word anymore. That's how much things have changed in just 3 years. All the words that we can't say, all the bits we can't play, all the things we can't do. The Patriot Act, my ass. Just an excuse to bring in the fascism that they were looking to do in the first place, so they can put you under their thumb, just like Mick Jagger would say, under my thumb. That should be our, instead of the national anthem, we should have under my thumb as our, instead of the Star Spangled Banner. Tragic. Let's, in fact, I got that here somewhere. We'll play it in the background, the whole show every day, under my thumb. With little Nazi boots marching in the back. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. The worst TV show of all time is, so far we got the Rick Sanchez Show, 111. They can't touch you, Rick. They liked it with their fist. Anna Nicole Show, 79. Oh, that's right, we can't play that bit. Dr. Phil, 65. Survivor, 45. Magic Johnson's Chat Show, 43. It Chat. Rosie O'Donnell Show, 31. 700 Club, 25. Hee Haw, 19. Roseanne, 12. Little House on the Prairie rhymes with Mary, 10. Touch Produced by an Angel, 10. I'm still waiting, by the way, for the updated memo from Naples, Fort Myers. Did we get one?
No.
They're really on top of it. Imus in the Morning, 10. Oh, doing very well. Arsenio Hall, 9. The Love Boat, 8. American Idol, 6. The Gong Show, 6. See, but they don't get it. There was a show that was camp. It was supposed to be bad. They just don't get it.
Intentionally camp.
Mork and Mindy, 5. Three's Company, 5. Dukes of Hazzard, 5. Friends, Foe. Alice, 4. What Are Friends, Foe? Fear Factor, 4. Petticoat Junction, 3. The A-Team has got 3, eh? After MASH, 3. Full House, 3. Green Acres, 3. Lost in Space, 2. That was fun. For simple-minded people. Around the Horn, 2. Welcome Back, Cotter, 2. The Waltons got a pair. Cold Pizza, 2. 1 for the Bionic Woman. Every time I think of the Bionic Woman, I think of Lorraine Hobbs and Network. ABC's got the Bionic Woman. CBS got the $6 Million Man. I got Howard Beale. Remember that?
Yes.
She was great. She was a badass comic. Sure. Can't say that no more either.
No.
Nope. Don't even think about it. Anyway, what a great movie. And now, more and more, you see how even more that's coming to pass? The deal with the Saudis?
Right.
Remember that? Remember him, Robert Duvall sitting there, I'm a man without a kingdom, blah, 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 all this other crap. They're up to their armpits, up to their knee-deep in telegrams, whatever the hell it was. We want the Saudi deal stopped now. That was 1972, I do believe. Over 30 years ago. But at any rate, we got important things to worry about, like Friends. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Neil.
Speaking.
Yes, sorry. I have something for your poll.
Go ahead.
Mama's Family.
Mama's Family?
Yes. Vicki Lawrence as the old lady.
Oh, God.
Horrible show.
Good choice. Thanks,
Okay.
Pally.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
You too.
Got it?
We got it.
Mama Corleone. 5670560, pound 560. I have all these other random thoughts. I don't know what this is all about. Maybe the end is near.
Oh, my God.
The end of the
days?
show. No, the end of the show.
End of game.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, to participate on the poll for Neil.
Yes, sir. You're speaking to him.
Oh, Neil, how you doing? The Chevy Chase talk show.
That lasted about how many minutes?
About 30, man.
Yeah, that was one of the shortest live shows in history.
Yep.
Good choice. Thanks, man.
All right, buddy. No problem.
See ya. Chevy Chase. The Chevy Chase show. They chased that sucker right off the air. That was bad.
Really bad.
In fact, at least Arsenio stayed on the air for a few weeks. I don't want to say...
About 30, man.
Because
about 30, man.
we don't want to wear that out. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Oh, one of the worst programs ever conceived, the Brady Bunch Variety Hour.
Oh, yeah.
That was
As if
the
the
worst.
Brady Bunch itself wasn't bad enough, but the Brady Bunch were right. Could they sing?
No.
Could they dance?
No.
Could they act?
No. They were horrible.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Take it, Neil.
The Brady Bunch Variety Hour. We're a family. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. How about that Robert Reed? He's still dead. I beg your pardon?
No, the Brady Bunch Variety Hour. Just having flashbacks.
Yeah. Didn't they make a movie? I believe they made a movie.
You're talking like the actual Brady kids.
I don't know.
I mean, they made the spoof.
Well, then they had the spin-off, not the Variety Hour, but they had a spin-off, the Brady... Oh, there's been like 100
they had
different
TV
versions.
movies like the Brady Brides and all
Right,
that business.
that's
yeah.
it. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. WQAM, hello.
Chico and the Man.
Chico and the Man. Poor Freddie Prinze. He's still dead, by the way. There's a little update for you. Chico and the Man. That was Freddie Prinze, right?
See.
And Red Fox?
No.
Sanford and Son.
Right.
Now, who was in that? Well, don't tell me.
All right.
That wasn't Freddie Prinze. That was, was it?
What, in Sanford and Son?
Yeah.
No, that was Red Fox, like you just said.
No, but who else was in Red Fox with him? Who else was in Sanford and Son with the Red Fox?
DeMond Wilson.
There you go, DeMond Wilson. He also used to be on Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, a lot.
People that couldn't get too much work doing anything else, they were like in Hollywood Squares and Match Game. Like Brett Summers. Name me a great movie that Brett Summers was in, although, didn't I tell you a couple of years ago that I actually saw her in a movie? I never even knew she was really an actress.
Yeah.
Some old, ancient Liz Taylor movie with Brett Summers. Man, what a bitch. No wonder Jack Klugman can't speak anymore. Can you imagine all the screaming he did at her? WQAM, hello. Not there on line 8. QAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say about the TV show Small Wonder.
Small Wonder?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's no wonder that it's not on anymore. What was that?
It was about a little girl android.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah. Right.
Not. 5670560, the worst TV show in the history of all time, not just the last couple of weeks, although Rick Sanchez Show, which hasn't been on all along, is just, I think he's got a safe lead now. Anna Nicole was starting to creep up on his ass, but then she backed off, especially when he started squatting over that map. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you today?
Pretty good, sir. How you doing?
How about the worst show ever? Name that tune.
Name that tune with Tom Kennedy.
I mean, how can you name a song in 3 notes? That's like,
I can name it in 2 notes.
I can name it in 1.
I can name that one. That was a bad show, Tom Kennedy. In fact, you know something? There ought to be more quiz shows on the list because there have been a lot of bad quiz shows. Man, there have been some bad ones. In fact, I'm going to tell you one of them. I don't even know the name of it.
I'm going to tell you one of them, and I do know the name of it.
Oh. What's the one with Mrs. Robinson, Ann Robinson? What is that show? Oh, come on.
The Weakest Link.
The Weakest Link.
But much worse than that.
But that got to be on there. Put that on there, please, Josh. The weakest link. That could be the weakest show, man. It is so just obnoxious. And I would love to have seen one of those contestants get up and just smash her in the mouth. Anyway, go ahead.
It's no Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yes.
Much worse.
Yes. Millionaire. The name of the show is Millionaire. Well, actually, it was originally Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's right.
Yeah, but don't you remember how hot that was? And if it's really hot 1 day a week, let's put it on 3 days a week. Let's put it on 8 days a week.
Slowest moving game show ever.
Yeah, with that dramatic music and Reed just talking through his teeth. Okay, is that your final answer? Final answer now. Is that it?
And ask him 10 more times, Regis.
Yeah. Do you want to use your lifeline? You want to do? Oh, I got to play that thing. Yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it. The Regis and Puffy.
About 30, man.
I'll play that in a bit. We still can play that, I think. Well, we'll find out. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, anybody who doesn't know Rick Sanchez, that's unbelievable. But can you borrow the cardboard audience from your buddy?
Which one is that? Joey Reynolds.
Yeah, that show was
What a memory you got. The Joey Reynolds show with a cardboard audience.
That was, if he could borrow that audience, he would take the trophy because that's what he's missing and he'll be the one.
We'll pass it along. Good idea. Thanks, pal. Send it over to Channel 6. Rick Sanchez needs Joey Reynolds' cardboard audience. Remember that?
I remember.
He had a show on Channel 10, and they actually had cut out cardboard people to pretend that they had an audience, and they'd photograph them from a long ways away. And look at all those people there to see Joey Reynolds. Wow. There was a broadcaster, man. Joey Reynolds. He was.
Yeah, I have my nose up Neil's ass.
Well, get it out of there, man. Wow. It is just, I wonder what that pain's been all these years. He was, if I think of the term radio loser, I'm not sure who comes to mind first, Tommy Kramer or Joey Reynolds. That's the same Tommy Kramer who did not do drugs back when it was fashionable in the 60s and 70s.
Of course.
He just looks bad natural. He didn't have to do drugs. What a loser, Tommy Kramer. Of course, good buddy with Buddy Bud Paxson. Now, didn't Paxson sell Paxnet?
I don't know.
I do believe. Because if you like Douched by an Angel, man, you'll see on Paxnet, you'll see all of those shows over and over. And what was this thing with somebody on Seventh Heaven was, what did I do with that story? It was on our website yesterday, I think. Somebody from the show was busted for beating somebody up or some crap like that. DUI, all of these things.
I ain't heard it.
It's just a TV show, okay? It's just no big deal. Let me look at something. Well, no, I did the same thing that I always do, and I tore up my log, okay, which is not a good idea. Oh, that's probably not a good idea at all, because I got a spot to do here. Kill that damn music, man. Kill the music, man. 12:56 at 560 WQM. Spring into savings right now and save like never before on a great new car or truck from Armstrong Toyota of Homestead. They're on US 1, 20 minutes south of the 836, and it's easy to get there, worth the drive, too, because they're going to save you so much cash, thousands on great new Toyotas. Check out the great lease deals waiting for you right now at Armstrong Toyota. An 04 Camry or 4Runner, just $269 a month for 48 months. How about an 04 Highlander, just $309 a month? Need a truck? How about a Toyota Tundra, an 04 no less, the safest truck in America? You pay just $179 a month for 48 months. And these are just a few of the savings waiting for you right now at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead. General Manager David Rich and his staff will treat you right. They'll do whatever it takes to get you a deal and get you in a great new Toyota today. So experience for yourself the Armstrong Toyota of Homestead difference. Locally owned and operated, committed to 100% customer satisfaction, and their service department's even open late to late weeknights to make sure they get all that work done for you. Easy to find them. They're right at the corner of US 1 and 293rd in Homestead, 20 minutes south of the 836. And Armstrong Toyota of Homestead offers you free tires, batteries, and replacement parts for life. You heard right. Batteries, tires, and free parts for the life of the vehicle. Nobody else does that. So don't waste your time at those mega dealers or car giants who always let you down. Call our good friend David Rich, the GM at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead. Here's their number. It's 305-242-3247. That's 305-242-3247. Drive a little and save a ton on that great new Toyota at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Don't you just hate people that use snappy openers for their show segments? Like that 1 to 2 hour.
All right, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Puff Daddy, sitting in the chair. I'll call you Puffy.
Yo, man, yo!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here's your $100 question. Finish this nursery rhyme. All right. Hickory dickory blank. Is it A, dock, B, pier, C, marina, or D, inlet?
Whoa, man. This is a $100 question right here?
You're kidding me, right?
This is $100.
For $100.
This ain't the $1 million question?
Well, this is the first one.
Man.
It's only for $100.
Is this a black thing?
Would you like to use a lifeline?
Yeah, all right. What do I got?
Well, we have the Ask the Audience, the 50-50, and the Phone a Friend.
Ask the audience. Nah, too many white people in here. 50-50 ain't gonna help me. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna phone a friend.
Gonna phone a friend on the $100 question, finishing the nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
All right, who are we gonna call, Puppy?
Oh, my boy, Old Dirty Bastard.
Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah, Dirty we call him.
Our friends from AT&T will get Old Dirty on the line, and hopefully he can help you.
Yo.
Old Dirty.
Yeah, man.
Regis Philbin from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. How are you?
Aight.
Got your friend here, Puff Daddy.
Yo, Dirty, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
All right.
What's up, me?
Old Dirty, Puff Daddy's in a little bit of trouble here on the $100 question.
Ain't the first time, man.
First question, and the next voice you hear will be his. He'll come on the line. He'll ask you the question. He'll give you 4 possible choices. Are you set?
Hey, man.
Next voice you hear will be his, and 30 seconds begins now.
What's up? Yo, Dirty, finish this off for me, all right?
Hey, man.
Hickory dickory blank. Is it A, dock, B, pier, C, merino, or D, inlet?
Oh.
Come on, man. I don't got much time.
Man, I know this, man. I know it. I think it's pier.
Pier, you sure?
About 30, man.
This is a lot of money, man.
About 30.
All right,
about
man.
30,
Thank you
man.
very much.
All right, man.
Time's up. Old Dirty said pier. You still have 2 lifelines left. We are on the $100 question.
You know what, Regis?
Want to poll the audience?
No, I like to add a lifeline.
Actually, no, there's only 3 lifelines. You've used 1, you have 2 left.
No. I get another lifeline. It's a brand new one to the game.
And what is that, Puffy?
It's called Shoot the Host.
Puffy, you can ask the audience.
I call it Shoot the Host.
Puffy, use the 50-50.
What's the answer?
Puffy, it's Doc. It's A. It's Doc.
My final answer's Doc.
It's Doc, and it's a good one. You got $100.
Run, you white boy, run!
Shoot it!
About 30, man.
103 at 560 WQM. Anyway, this article, I just emailed it to Eric to put on the website either today or tomorrow. When you get around to it, Eric, from Newsweek magazine. The human cost of the war in Iraq. They were sent to fight for their country, but some GIs didn't have all they needed to protect themselves. Anyway, there's a poll. There's a poll that they're taking, and you know these polls, and there's not a choice on here. I don't like this poll either, by the way. Should the military alter its policy and allow photos to be taken of fallen soldiers returning home? Nearly 52,000 responses. 65% say yes, 31% say no, and only 4% I don't know. 65% say yes, 2/3. But, we don't want people seeing them draped coffins, man, because it's bad for morale. It looks like our people are really actually dying over there, besides just Pat Tillman, whose body was returned to the U.S. It's come back. I just thought you'd want to hear that.
Okay.
In case there's any more about Pat Tillman you haven't heard yet. Did we hear anything more about the, let's see, there were 7, I can't even keep track. There were double digits over the weekend between Saturday, Sunday, and today. Did we hear any more about any of them?
No.
Any names?
No.
Any addresses?
No.
Ages?
No.
Shoe size?
No.
What they were doing, what they gave up to go fight for their country?
No.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Joe Zagacki is the beat.
Okay, call her in a barrel. Like I said, call her in a barrel somewhere. That was good. Was that Joe putting on a voice?
Joe Zagacki.
Yeah, that was him. I'm looking on that schedule. I don't see no Joe, but I do see the Crow. Holy moly. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4 from Shula Steak 2 in Miami Lake. We still haven't heard any word about those Goldberg Sucks placards at the game. That could not have been our Humper, could it? No chance. And tonight at 7 o'clock, the Crow is on because we got late games. They're playing out on the West Coast. They're starting a West Coast trip, Colorado, San Francisco, all of these things. So the Marlins at Colorado, the Crow 7 to 8:30, pregame show 8:30 to 9:05, 9:05 the game. Marlins at the Rockies, and Eddie K gets the night off, I guess. Look at that. All week long, Eddie must be on vacation. Do you see that? Oh, no. No, like I said, all these 2 nights long. So he's got a couple of days off to go plunge his guts out. WQAM, hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes,
How about
sir.
different strokes?
Different strokes,
Ooh, yeah.
terrible. Yes, sir. Good choice. Thank you. Let's see. Family Affair. Somebody's got here. Dennis in the Pit of Hell in Tampa says, Family Affair. Awful. 2 little kids named Buffy and Jody being raised by their dad and a butler. Who was the butler on that show?
Sebastian Cabot.
Sebastian Cabot. He's still dead.
Yes.
Hadn't made a comeback yet. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If CNN will give us as much information on what's really happening in the world as there about the Kobe Bryant case and about Pat Tillman died on Friday, we'd sure as hell know, the American public might know something. On and on and on. Who gives a flying about Kobe Bryant, okay? How many women do you think are raped in America every year? How many thousands?
About 30, man.
Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I'm sorry, I
Thousands
was
and
faxing.
thousands. What?
I was over by the fax machine, sorry.
No, I'm serious about this Kobe Bryant thing. It's a rape case, just like Alianita was a child custody case. But like I told you back during the Alien era, the media will tell you what's important and what you ought to care about. Just like Scott and Lacey Peterson. Do I care about that? No. I refuse to care about it.
No, you will.
I don't, and I won't.
Because they have vase.
That's why I stay out of the country a lot. Because I will not care about Scott or Lacey Peterson or the dead baby or any of these things. I won't care. WQAM, hello. Not there. That line 1, man. It's got a real una problema grande. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
How about the show Alice?
Alice made it. In fact, Alice, let me take a look. I can tell you how Alice is doing. Alice is ill, as a matter of fact. Alice has got 4 votes. Not doing too big, but go vote for it, and thank you. Alice at the Palace. As long as I live, I'll never forget this. WNWS, kind of a mildly amusing story. It's one of those you had to be there to really appreciate it deals. Because once I started calling Alice Rantel on the air, and then finally she was dragged out of the closet on the light bulb years later. But at any rate, I always called her Alice Rantel.
Right.
Well, one day, we get a sponsor that both restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. Maybe some people remember it didn't stick around too long. The Palace. It was on Sunrise, I believe, out in Fort Lauderdale, near whatever. Anyway, we went and ate there one day, and I go on the air next night and told a story about how I ate with Alice at the Palace.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's not like a big song to dance, and I'm sure he wasn't too happy about it, but it just fit in so well. It was such a perfect fit, if I can say that.
So didn't he jump back in?
When?
I don't know. I thought I heard you tell
Alice
me that.
Rantel is back in the closet. Oh, well, he's in and out. Oh, we can't say that. Line 9, WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir. Buenos to you.
A really bad show on the Sci-Fi Network, Lex.
Legs?
Lex, L-E-X-X. What a piece of crap.
As in Lex Luthor or some other Lex?
Some other Lex.
It's just Lex. That's the title. That's it.
Probably didn't want to be identified by a last name. Okay, thanks a lot, pal. I want to be anonymous. Lex. Got it? That won't get any votes. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Good idea, bad show.
I see.
Kind
of like, I'm not suggesting this for the poll, because if I say it, Josh will put it down, and there's Smallville, you know. Good concept, but it's just the scripts have gotten weaker and weaker. Haven't seen that in a long, long time, Smallville. But don't put that on there, because it sure ain't the worst TV. It had its moments, you know. It was okay.
Yeah.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, did anyone mention Good Times with Esther Roll?
Big Good Times, yeah, like we had got that. She's still dead, like I said. And J.J. Walker, wasn't that the show he was on?
Yes.
And he was also on Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
Your all-time favorite celebrity from Hollywood Squares is? We never did that poll.
No, we haven't.
How many people in this audience do you think watched Hollywood Squares?
About 30, man.
See, the only
to avoid it.
The only Hollywood Squares they know is like this new one with Whoopi Goldberg on there, and man, oh man, she sends me right to the bull.
It's Martin Mull in the center these days.
It is?
Yeah.
They don't come no duller than Martin Muller.
Got that right.
There's that Robert Mueller, the head of the FBI.
Love his news.
Paul Lynde.
Right.
Who was the guy from the Wild Wild West with the funny hair?
Which character?
Was it Marty Allen?
I don't know.
You don't know Marty Allen?
I don't know Marty Allen.
Oh, my. You don't know Marty Allen?
I don't know
Oh,
Marty
my
Allen.
God, I can't believe this. I think I just
watched
hit
that
the
show.
mother load here.
I've seen every episode of Wild Wild West, maybe twice.
Well, maybe he wasn't in that show. He was on some show. Charlie Weaver.
Oh, yeah, he was on there a lot.
See, one thing about almost all the great people, Vincent Price, he's dead.
Yeah, sure. Waylon Flowers and Madam.
They're not dead yet.
No.
Maybe Madam is. Eric Estrada was on there a few times, although I think that's on the newer one, that queen. And
Bruce
they always
Valanche.
have to put some, Bruce Valanche, and they always use the center square. Since the days of Paul Lynde, it's kind of obligatory now. The middle square's got to be some flaming queen, okay? So I think next time Miss Estrada's on that show, stick her in the middle where she belongs, please. Cracker, please.
Toady Fields.
Toady Fields, she's dead. Had her legs chopped off, diabetic, diabetes. She was probably eating at egg creams at the famous restaurant with Big Daddy, whatever his name, Big Daddy Knapp and his wife. Is he on the phone?
Brian?
Yeah.
No, we got our chat box.
Oh, you got your chat box
It's
going?
hot
Come on,
box.
let's keep him going, man. Hollywood Squares.
He's slow.
What the hell was the Peter Marshall, right?
Right.
Whose real name
I don't
was?
know. I don't know. Come on,
Pete,
Brian.
His real name was Pete Lecoq.
I had no idea. See, Brian's a slow typist.
And
He's
his
a
son played
hunt
first base,
typer.
I think, for the Yankees, if I do recall. His son was a Major League Baseball player.
Wally
Did you know
Cox?
that?
No, I didn't know that.
Wally Cox.
Come on, Brian.
That was bad timing, by the way, after I just told you that. That was
you know
bad.
how to type.
Wally Cox, he's still dead. He and Marlon Brando had a little thing.
Pete Lecoq.
I just got through saying that.
Right.
He was
he's
the...
behind.
Well,
Working on
okay.
delay. Come on, Brian.
Yeah.
Stop
How
punching
about,
and pecking.
what was her name from the, oh, God. Anne-Marie? Rosemary.
Oh, Rosemary. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Rosemary.
She lived on that for a while.
Bulldyke. And what about the, what about the one with the Charmin, not the Charmin, the Scott Towell, oh, geez, she's just died. The Bounty Lady. She was on there. And she used to do this, huh? Madge. No, Madge was your soaking in it. You better get your commercials right, man.
Oh, it's a blur.
You sure are screwed up and don't know who Marty Allen is?
Who?
Was his name Rossi? Was his name Martin? I don't know who.
Ross Martin?
Ross Martin. That's what I just got
From
through
Wild
saying.
Wild West.
Right. No, but he's a different guy. Marty Allen's the guy with the frizzy hair. Looked like, I
Never
don't
heard
know.
of him.
Yes, you did. If you saw him, you'd know him, okay? Boca Brian will explain it to you while I'll do the spot. 113 at 560 WQM. Delights of West Boca is dedicated to providing you the best products for the weight loss phase of your low-carb diet.
London Lee.
I beg your pardon?
London Lee.
If you're on the Atkins Sugar Busters, I have no idea who that is. What is that?
He's naming off people on the squares.
I never heard of that.
Me either.
If you're on the Atkins Sugar Busters South Beach or any low-carb, sugar-free diet, John Davidson. Not the hockey guy, but the singer, and I use that term loosely. Head for Delights of West Boca, the #1 low-carb store in America. Many of the new reduced-carb products on store shelves right now are geared toward cutting back on carbs, but who wants that? They're not geared to weight loss, but Delights of West Boca's expertise has always been on the weight loss phase of low-carb dieting. Delights carries over 1,000 products, and just about all of them have a focus toward the lowest possible carbs that can fit into a successful low-carb weight loss plan.
Milt Kamen.
Who?
Milt Kamen.
Milt Kamen, remember him? Jewish boy. I think he's dead. Their spring sale is in full swing, so stop by. They got a staff that really knows their crap inside and out. They're open every day, 7 days a week from 10 to 10. Delights of West Boca, they're on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next to Boston Market. You can call them at 1-877-LOW-CARB, LOWCARB, or on the web you'll find them at lowcarb.com. Don't forget, for all you dieters out there, you desperados, there's only one Delights of West Boca, and it's your official Atkins retail center.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
I urge everyone to complain to this station.
Hello, operator. Give me the number for 911.
This woman has to be got to a hospital.
Hospital? What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
Do I have SARS? It's the latest in fright. I was traveling far, flew out of Beijing last night.
Calling Dr. Howard. Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
Am I infected or the next one selected? Am I at risk? Do I need a face mask with SARS?
Brain scars is medically impossible.
I don't know what it is, and some people are dead. It started in Asia. I hope it doesn't enter my head.
He's a sick man. This is where sick people come.
Go! I'm having chest pain. Where's the defibrillator?
This thing pays for itself.
Do I have SARS? It's the latest in fright. I was traveling far, flew out of Beijing last night.
Well, we're safe for now. Thank goodness we're in a bowling alley.
Do I have SARS?
Call 911!
No, you got the wrong number.
Do I have SARS?
Making a nice comeback in China, by the way. I think they got 4 cases and somebody died over there already. They're probably back when the Civic cat died again.
They would just stop that.
Stop eating all them critters.
Right, varmints.
119 at QAM. Here's a fax from Alan. Says, if you're not using Survivor as a catch-all for all bad reality shows, which we're not, I'd like to nominate Big Brother for your pool. It originated in Europe by Holland, I think he says, and that's right. And so the highlight there was always to see people having sex. So it was very popular in Holland, Germany, England, etc. But of course the FCC nixes that over here, and all you're left with is a boring show of people just sitting around being boring without anything actual boring going on. Survivor's popular here because it can show people being deceitful and manipulative in the name of pure greed. It's the American effing way. Survivor was a bust in Europe because you can't sell a show just because it has nudity in it. It's no big deal. So how about Big Brother? Good choice, Big Brother. Did you find out who Marty Allen was?
No.
He's got he looks like hell.
Okay, Avery Shriver.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Without the mustache. Very good. Well, how do you know what he looks like then if you don't know who he is?
I was just imagining a fuzzy-headed guy.
He looks like Jackie Mason with frizzly hair. Anyway, Stu says, I found this on the internet, thought it might be helpful when describing how Bush got the troops into Iraq. It's Schwarzenegger saying, you cooked up the story and doped us into a meat grinder. Dropped us. I see. Well, it's spelled with 1 P. Doped us. And dropped us into a meat grinder. Thank you, Stu, but get your spelling right next time.
Karen Valentine.
Karen Valentine, Hollywood Squares, all the time, right?
Jackie Leonard.
Jackie Leonard, big fat Jackie Leonard. He's dead. He was fat.
Freddie Prinze.
Now he's dead.
Don
Who?
Rickles. Freddie Prinze.
And I'll tell you another one before Bruce Vilanch replaced Paul Lynde in that square. Jim J. Bullock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was the center square. She was the center square for a long time, Miss Bullock, who was on one of the horrible shows that was nominated on our poll today.
George Goebel.
George Goebel is correct. I just wrote that down as a matter of fact.
Rich Little.
Rich Little, right?
McLean Stevenson.
Right.
Joey Bishop.
Right.
Pat Boone.
Pat Boone in the box. He was in the Boone in the Square.
Carol Channing.
Carol Channing was on there a lot.
Burt Reynolds.
Phyllis Diller.
David Brenner.
Right. Oh.
George Kirby.
He makes me anti-Semantic. Tucker, one of our regular faxers, says, nose pickers from trailer parks, phony stage fights, sloppy fat tramps flashing their breasts, skinny, toothless meth addicts, producing without a thought, reproducing. Does it get any worse than the Jerry Springer Show?
All right.
There you go. How do we leave him off of it, huh?
Carved himself a unique niche.
Very, very popular, but also could be the worst TV show in history. Although, I'll tell you one I'll nominate, Montel Williams.
Okay.
I'm just tired of him. What's he got? He's got some kind of a thing, you know. He's got some kind of an illness, some horrible thing.
I don't know.
We're supposed to watch it so we feel sorry for him and his bald head. I'll tell you who else really, and not that this has anything to do with our topic. Dick Clark was on with our good friend the Kingmeister.
Uh-huh.
And they replayed it over the weekend. And the reason he was on there was to talk about the fact that he's got type 2 diabetes and don't we feel sorry for him. I mean, he was practically in tears. I mean, isn't it pretty unusual when somebody has type 2 diabetes? I mean, how many million people have it?
About 30, man.
Yeah, including me.
Right.
I don't understand the point of all of that. Like, oh, gee, I'm type 2 diabetic. Yeah. So take your insulin or your pills or whatever you're doing and just quit eating all the crap and dummy up. And quit eating at that awful place that you opened where you're hiring all them illegal aliens. There was a make work thing from Bowling for Columbine.
Mm-hmm.
We hate Dick Clark, man. I'll tell you that right now. Used to like him. Now we hate him. He's a real classhole. Joni loves Chachi. I say regretfully. I have to agree with that. In fact, I'll give you another one. I can't think of the name of it. What was the show with Willie Ames and Scott Baio? Charles in Charge. Charles in Charge. Man, that was a bad show. That wasn't just a bad show. That was a real bad show. Charles in Charge.
Charro.
She was on the all the time. Yeah, Charro.
Plachette. John Davison. Buddy Hackett. Robert Blake.
Yeah. Quit while you're ahead. WQAM, hello.
I got a good one for you. How about
Okay.
Hello, Larry?
Hello, Larry. That was on about 2 minutes, right?
You in Toronto, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Will you be able to get on the ferry and go over to Rochester?
I hope not.
Why not?
They got enough ferries in Rochester. 5670560. Who the hell wants to go to Rochester? What is this man talking about? In fact, when they started that thing, they kept saying about, well, a lot of Rochesterians will come over and visit Toronto, you know, but who the hell from Toronto wants to go to Rochester? Not this kid. Not since they closed down Don and Bob's, baby. How's our friends at Vic and Irv's doing, by the way? Are they still around? I don't know. You know me. Even when I'm there, I get no input from that sales department. It's like, oh, we can't be bothered to know what's going on. All they want is just grind the money through the QM, the Beasley money machine. And too bad they don't have the $50 to send me those toothbrushes. You know what I would like to do? I would like to, when I get the toothbrushes, I think I'm going to put something special on them and send them right to Beasley headquarters. And I'll pay the freight. How do you like that? I don't want to tell you what I'm going to put on them, okay? But it's, as soon as they open the package, they'll have an idea what it is. WQAM, hello.
Hello. I'd like
Yes,
to
sir.
suggest Maud.
Maud was horrendous. She made me puke.
I think I got a divorce because of that.
Wouldn't blame you. Thanks a lot, pal.
Bye.
And what about Golden Girls, since we're mentioning B. Arthur? Another walking ad for anti-Semitism if there ever was one. Now, who was in Hello, Larry? What was his, Larry,
Sorry.
You don't know that one? Or am I thinking of somebody different? That other Jewish comedian, the one that makes me sick of it, it's on HBO?
Oh, you're thinking of,
yes.
Gary Shandling.
Gary Shandling. Oh, man. Ooh. I get the heebie-jeebies when I see Gary Shandling. Didn't you know that's where that term came from? Like Jerry Seinfeld. When I see Jerry Seinfeld, I get the heebie-jeebies. Oh, man. It's a little too Jewish for me, you know? Even an old Jew like me. I can't, well, it's like when I'm in South Florida, you know, and I drive through Sunrise Lakes. Oh, I get the heebie-jeebies. It's a little too Jewish for Neil. 26 after 1 at 560 WQM. If you're planning on replacing your carpets because they look a little on the rough side, don't spend all that money, because all you have to do is call our good friends at Dry Concepts. They're the best in the universe at bringing back carpet to life. They've been doing it for me in several homes, by the way, for over 20 years now. Over 20 years. And every time I use them, I'm still amazed, because when they leave, you look around on that floor and you think you just had brand new carpeting laid. Even the nastiest, most used-up carpeting looks just like brand new when they get done with their exclusive patented dry cleaning method. They leave your carpets vibrant in color, soft to the touch. They smell lemony fresh. They're dry in a couple of hours. What is not to like? And they give you a guaranteed written price up front before they start the work. Like the other carpet cleaning companies, they always seem to rip you off, give you all these tack-ons, add-ons at the end of the job. Not with Dry Concepts. So whether it's your drapery, your furniture, your area rugs, your expensive oriental rugs, or your carpeting, these are the folks you want to trust. And when you call, not only do you get that guaranteed low price, but if you want them to put you on their standby list, you can save an extra 15% on your next carpet cleaning, too. So call Dry Concepts just one time, and my job will be done, because you'll never use anybody else again. Call them toll-free, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071, or check them on the wicked web at dryconcepts.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Well, let me tell you something, my Nick friend.
And now live from Rigel 7, it's the Neil Rogers Show.
I like the ease of this song for bit writing. Plenty of time like the American Pie thing. Melody guide so I don't sing off key. This is my favorite karaoke.
Yeah. I love the way that bit ended. The bits haven't been the same since Boca Brian died.
I know.
I heard that was some party Greg Reed threw.
Yes.
Good thing I didn't go.
Lots of dancing.
Of course, it's not easy flying back there from Rigel 7.
I know.
Thank God.
Bill, God.
I'm here. It's all over for you poor schleps stuck on Earth.
Yes.
President Noel. Well, if you're lucky, that crackhead is the last Bush to rig an election. Who's on this line? WQAM?
Mr. Rogers?
Speaking.
I was in the Publica Galactica today, sir, and let me tell you, the clip-out coupons in Thursday's paper are deceiving. I discovered to my shock
this is
at the
good.
checkout counter
Yes, I
that
know.
Redstones was not 2 for 99 cents. On the contrary,
Cut 'em off.
it was 2 breakstones for 99 cents each. Now, I don't know about you.
That's right.
They tried to peddle me 2 breakstones for the price of 2 breakstones cottage cheese when the coupon clearly stated that...
Well, use the cottage cheese that's growing in your toenails. Now, who's this on line 7 and 9? Klingon Penal Colony, hello? Never got into that.
Retire.
Okay, on that note, I gotta renegotiate my contract. How about a 1-minute show, huh?
Oh!
You can fill the other 3 minutes.
That's right.
Spoiled concubine is next. George?
Bye.
132 at 560 WQAM. Rick Sanchez Show. You can't touch him, man. 126, the worst TV show in history. Anna Nicole Show, 87. Dr. Phil, 75. Magic Johnson Chat Show, 55. Survivor, 51. 700 Club, 40. Rosie O'Donnell, 38. That's great. Hee Haw, 22. Imus in the Morning is so boring, 15. Roseanne, 13. Look at that. Imus is coming out on top of Roseanne. Touched by an Angel, 12. Arsenio Hall, 11. Little House on the Prairie, 10. The Love Boat, 9. Fear Factor, 9. And the American Idol, 8. Gong Show, it's single digits from there. Marty Allen. How did I get into this? He was on Hollywood Squares. Here's his filmography. The Naked Face, 84. He's still alive, by the way. He's 82.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't know who Marty Allen is. He's got the real freaky hair.
I'm sure I'd know.
Cannonball Run 2, Whale of a Tale, Alan Ross. The group, his partner was Rossi. See, I kept saying that. I don't remember what his name was. Alan Rossi. He was, he did a whole bunch of stuff. All crap. The Ballad of Billy Blue. Herod Summer. First TV appearance, wait till you're there. It's 1948, Toast of the Town with the Ed Sullivan Show. Alan Rossi. And, of course, 1966, Hollywood Squares, told you. This Is Your Life, 1971. Love American Style, The Big Valley, Dean Martin Show. What's My Line? I've Got a Secret. See what I mean?
Is that the guy with the dark curly hair with the kind of receding hairline?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Marty Allen. See, I knew it would come back.
Love American Style. Is he all over that?
Yes.
Okay. I know that guy.
And like I told you, all of these people who couldn't yet, here Love American Style playing Fontaine. Not Johnny Fontaine, just Fontaine. At any rate, the people that couldn't get work in much of anything else, they would appear on these quiz shows. I've Got a Secret, What's My Line, Match Game, all of these things. Here's a fact that says, hiya, Pally. With all the glowing tributes to Pat Tillman, they seem to have left out. In his spare time, he cured cancer, performed open heart surgery, and helped little old ladies cross the Bullet Rabbit Street. The press needs to calm down about this. All the men and women deserve this kind of time, and you're absolutely correct. It was nauseating to me. I mean, just all weekend long, every time you'd flip on CNN, within 2-3 minutes, there'd be another piece on Pat Tillman. He did this. Well, fine, okay. He never stole a freight train. And he was courageous and this and that. In fact, they had a thing on this morning. Somebody emailed to the morning show on CNN that after watching all this feeding frenzy all weekend long, now they understand that when he made his decision to go join the military and leave the NFL, that's why he refused to talk to the media. Because basically you're a bunch of grave robbers is what you are. You're a bunch of crazy people, you people in the media. You're a bunch of lunatics.
The media is sick and needs help badly.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. I can't
Yes,
believe
ma'am.
You forgot our favorite talk show host,
Yes?
Joey Reynolds.
No, we mentioned him. We mentioned
you
his,
did?
somebody mentioned his cardboard audience.
Is he on the poll?
No, it's not on the poll because it was like a local show. We're talking about shows that somebody actually saw.
Well, so is Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, but he transcends that because at least he was on MSNBC. Somebody knows who he is. Of course,
Oh,
how many people watch MSNBC?
About 30, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of them.
If it makes you feel better, we'll put Joey on there.
Before Rick, there was Joey.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Aren't we lucky? Joey Reynolds Show, you got it?
We got it.
Nice job. 5670560. We got the Mad Dog, Jim Manders, the world famous number 88.
All right.
He's coming up from Solon, Ohio.
All right.
At 2 this afternoon. Hank Goldberg, the Humper, the Thumper, the Hebrew Hammer at 4. He's at Chula Steak 2 in Miami Lakes. Probably manja right now. You think he's eating?
I'm sure.
Warren Cromartie, the Crow at 7, basically because we're back in the baseball season now. And Jim Sarney, he likes the Crow, okay? He loves the Crow. We're going to start programming. We program part of our day for Barry Jackass. Why not for Jim Sarney?
Manny Ramirez.
There you go. That's what you'll hear between 7 and 8:30. Marlin game, 8:30 the pregame, 9:05 Marlins at Colorado. The Marlins had a tough weekend against the Braves. Isn't it kind of bizarre how they used to own the Braves and they just win almost every game against them? Now it's the opposite. They beat the crap out of everybody else, especially the Phillies. Oh! But the Braves, they can't win a fixed game. They won 1 out of 3. Not too good. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it was Steve Rossi.
Steve Rossi and Marty Allen, right.
Right. Also, the bounty lady was Rosemary Clooney.
No.
No?
No, she did some spots, I think, but no, she was not the real bounty lady.
Okay, who did the singing? The quicker picker-upper.
No. In fact, now that you're saying it, her name was Rosie. Not Rosie.
Rosie, okay.
Rosie, not Rose Mary Clooney. Okay, thanks. Put where your head. Rosie, the quicker picker-upper. You don't remember her? She was just obnoxious. She had red hair, thin face.
I remember Rosie.
It's the quicker picker-upper. She was on that show, Hollywood Squares. Like I said, people that had a tough time getting work doing anything else, they were on the Hollywood Squares. After Jack Parra went off the air, then you had Charlie Weaver was on, Cliff Arquette was on, in fact, what's her name? Arquette. What's her name?
Rosanna
Arquette. She's been on there a lot. In fact, maybe she's sitting in Daddy's seat. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. That was kind of like the low-key humor seat. George Goebel, Charlie Weaver. Bottom left. Right? No, left.
I've never watched a complete Hollywood Squares.
Get out of here. WQAM, hello.
The intro.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what about Mike Douglas?
The Mike Douglas Show. But was he an interviewer or what? Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother liked him. That's
there you go.
And one last thing, I'd like to send in Deion Sanders as Pat Tillman's backup.
Ooh. Oh, that's bad. That was bad. Was that bad or what?
That was bad.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Man. I'll tell you that Deion Sanders, he also gives me the heebie-jeebies. He ain't even Jewish.
Nancy Walker,
she was the quicker picker-upper. She played Rosie, the quicker picker-upper. Very good.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Nancy Walker, she's dead. Isn't she? Yes, she's dead.
Oh.
And also the Palmolive You're Soaking In lady, which I've already forgot.
And the Where's the Beef lady is dead, too.
Oh, yeah, Clara Peller. Right. Where's the beef? Probably in Dave Thomas's heart. Probably stuck in there, just like the guy from McDonald's, the CEO who died last week. But what a bad break, huh? That'll teach you. All them Big Macs, man, they're oil clogging your heart. Quit eating all that crap, okay? Throw away the bun. At least if you want to eat that garbage, do yourself a favor. Do a little Atkins style, throw away the bun. And this South Beach Diet Cow, what's this guy's name? Aggravating Mel? Whatever his name is. He really just pisses me off. I mean, such a flagrant ripoff of Atkins. I mean, just outrageous. And you look in the book and I know I've been through all this before, but I just want to vent for 5 seconds. Time's up. All these photos and articles of his favorite restaurants where you know he's eating for free on South Beach. I mean, what is that? If you buy the book in Peoria, are you going to be eating in South Beach? No. I don't think so. Who gives a crap about his famous eateries in South Beach? Mr. Schmooze and Lose, you know? The South Beach Diet, my ass. Speaking of your ass, let me tell you about something mighty important, and that is Hollywood Diagnostic Center. If you're concerned, maybe you have like bad genes, you know? Maybe you got a history of heart disease in your family, or lung disease. Maybe you're a heavy smoker and you're worried that maybe your lungs are like in bad shape. Maybe just you've reached that age like me where you're worried about all these things and what's going on inside your body. Because the key to beating disease is detecting it early. That's the key to treatment that really is effective. Hollywood Diagnostic Center, and I had the test myself a couple of weeks ago, proud to announce their virtual colonoscopy, coronary heart scoring, and full body screening exams that can detect cancer or other life-threatening diseases in their early stages while still worthwhile finding. And then, of course, if they don't find anything, you walk out of there with tremendous peace of mind. I walked out of there and thought to myself, holy crap, I'm alive over here. A doctor's referral isn't even needed. For all your imaging exams, call Hollywood Diagnostic Center at 954-966-3600 for a test, like I said, that can give you and your family and your loved ones real peace of mind. At Hollywood Diagnostic Center, they offer state-of-the-art imaging equipment with open MRI, high-speed CAT scan, nuclear medicine, and much, much more. So take some time. It just takes you a few minutes. It's totally painless, non-invasive, and it'll be one of the most important things you can do for yourself and your health. Hollywood Diagnostic Center, they've been serving South Florida for over 20 years. Their facility also provides a complete mobile diagnostic service so that, like if George's mother broke her arm or leg or her neck, they could come right out to her and maybe find her while there's still time or not, as the case may be. Call Hollywood Diagnostic Center at 954-966-3600. That's 954-966-3600 for your imaging exam. Do it today.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours, Tom. QAM.
Yeah. MONDAYSUCKS
monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now. I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now. Swinging tree to tree, we scream and squawk and shout. No responsibilities, that's what we're all about. I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now.
We don't do anything we're told because we don't know how.
Don't brush our teeth, don't comb our hair, we don't even wear clothes. We love to make you queasy with our private parts exposed. I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now.
We're not well-mannered, well-behaved, we just love to drop trout.
We'll do some tricks, we'll make you laugh until we are fed. Then we'll lay down, scratch our butts, and watch you all turn red.
Oh, I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now.
We wouldn't want to be a dog, a cat, a horse, or cow. We're smelly and we like it, and we've heard the things you said. So don't come within 10 feet of us, or we'll whiz on your head.
Oh, I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now. I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, she's a monkey, he's a monkey, we're all monkeys now. Swinging tree to tree, we scream and squawk and shout. No responsibilities, that's what we're all about.
146 at 560 WQM. I'd sure love to change my vote if I could, but I can't. The Nanny. Oh, man, that is it. Wow. The Nanny. Fran Drescher, Oya Khalieri, as they say in Yugoslavia. Wow. And that and this fax from Sean have inspired me to a new series of polls I think I'm going to do. Which of these people is the most too Jewish, too Cuban, too black, too Italian? See where I'm going with this?
Right.
Too something. Anyway, Sean says, how about the Jackie Gleason game show? You were in the picture, which was canceled sometime before the opening theme song introducing the panelists. It was so bad that Gleason insisted on going on the air the following week to apologize, clips of which were shown on 60 Minutes. P.S. I agree with you on Gary Shandling. When Jesse Jackson said Jaime, he was talking about him. Yeah, he's just too Jewish. I get the heebie-jeebies from Gary Shandling. Don't you like my poll thing? It'll probably piss off some people. You know what? Too bad. There's like that Israel apologist that called me last week. Remember him?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, they're killing terrorists. What's wrong with that? Well, how about Ariel Sharon? What do you think about him for next? Damn it. At any rate, 5670560, Gornish telephone, pound 560 on the AT&T. I'm so whipped up by all of this, I think I'm going to have deli for lunch.
Rectum.
Yeah. How do you like that? Going to maybe have me a bowl of matzo ball soup and some kishki? Or maybe a tasket of tisket. I'll try a little brisket. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
I got one for the list. How about that Hasselhoff, Knight Rider?
Knight Rider's an excellent one. Thank you. It's already on there. It's already on there, George.
All right. I won't put it on there.
Got it. Don't put it on. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
Sensational.
Listen, I just wanted to let you know I'm on a road trip. I'm up here in Daytona Beach, and I'm still picking you guys up. I can't.
Oh, my
that.
God.
All right.
Bob Vermouth must have come by over the weekend and peed on the tower again. That's good news. Excellent.
Hey, can I get a request, possibly?
Sure. If we can still play it.
Strange Things in My Box?
If we can still play it. How do you like that?
Cool.
You got it, man.
Thanks, brother.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Pally. We can still play that, can't we? Although it does say the word box. We'll have to run that by committee, but I think we can still play it.
I think it's safe.
I think it's safe. Just like I thought Rick Sanchez over Iraq was safe, too, man, until he started blowing at the cheese. Oh, man.
Poison gas.
That was bad. He was hitting Saddam with his poison gas. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Hi, this is Rick Sanchez for War and Emilio. Chance of a lifetime.
Increíble.
Put it back in the box, Rick, okay? Go see Senior Wenches. 5670560. They hate your Rick Sanchez, man. It's one thing about him. He, if he could get as many viewers as he has people that hate him like poison, he'd have a show going.
Ooh, yeah.
Does he have a show going?
No.
Crap. 132. He's 40 votes ahead of the Ann and Nicole Smith show. And let's face it, you got to really go a long way to top that piece of turd. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
One comes to mind is Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse. That's
Okay.
quite an old one.
Yes,
what do you
sir.
think
Well,
about that one?
I think that's perfect for you, yes. Pee-wee's a Playhouse. Got it?
We got it.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't Nancy Walker the bounty lady?
I think it was Nancy Walker was the one who was always squeezing the bounty, yeah.
Yeah.
The quicker picker-upper.
There you go.
She always talked like she had a mouthful of mush. Thanks a lot, pal, or something. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How
How
about
you doing, pal?
How about Mel's Diner for your, is it Mel's Diner or Diner? I forget.
Mel's Diner?
Is it Mel's Diner, you know, with Flo?
The name of the show is Alice.
Oh, Alice, yeah, it's already on there. Thanks. Boy, who was that guy, Mel? Who's that guy?
Oh, that guy. He
He's
had something to
another
do with
one.
the monkeys and then wound up in TV.
He had something to do with the monkeys, like the thing we just played?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Not those monkeys.
Oh. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today? I'd like to say
Fantastic.
Ellen DeGenerate, Rick Sanchez.
Okay, and that's enough. Ellen DeGeneres, okay, and Rick Sanchez. Ever see them together?
No.
Same person. 567. You notice people say, how are you doing? And not that we need to start with that because it gets really ponderous. I'm still doing fine now. Excellent, just like the beginning of the show. But then they don't, like this guy, this last Brit, who was a little bit of a twit, he wasn't listening. You know what I'm saying? Why ask the question if you don't really care, sir? If you don't care how I'm doing, don't ask. See what I'm saying?
That's how you doing.
I'll check and let you know after the break.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Absolutely. The Middle Eastern world will be exploded. Saddam had people killed with the gas that we sold him. First time aggressive.
Condoleezza lies through her teeth. Nevertheless. Got to support him, right?
Those
Love
are
it or
some
leave it, baby.
Big lies coming through those.
Anyway. Perfect Strangers, it says the worst show ever, Sanda says. With Mark Lindbaker and Bronson Pinshot at Balky. It says so awful.
That was an all-gay show. All the
Pin
characters,
show?
all the producers, all the actors, everybody involved.
Oh my God, all gay.
Oh my God.
Which that'll be one of our polls. We're going to take this series of polls. Which of these, the one for tomorrow, which of these people best fits the description of too Jewish?
Okay.
I got to start Gary Shandling, Fran Drescher, Jerry Seinfeld, but there's so many more, right? I don't want to do that now. I beg your pardon?
Jackie Mason.
Stop! We don't want to do it until tomorrow. You got Jackie Mason on there too now.
Ariel Sharon.
Shut up! We're going to start dumping you if you don't cut the crap. Anyway, Nancy Walker was the bounty lady. That's what sounded. We got that from how many different... Okay, well, just to make sure we got it right, okay? But one thing about this show, we ask a question, we get the answer, and then we get the answer, and, she had good intentions. She didn't realize, okay? She didn't understand. She's a little bit behind. Got it? Plus, who knows? Maybe that fax came in a half an hour ago. You're just squeezing it. At any rate, the worst TV show of all time, Rick Sanchez Show, 134. They hate you, Rick. Anna Nicole Show, 96. Dr. Phil, 79. Magic Johnson Chat Show, 60. Survivor, 54. The 700 Club, 52. The unctuous Pat Robertson. And the amazingly fat and obnoxious Rosie O'Donnell, 42.
Joe Lieberman.
Like I said, we're going to be having a new producer on the show tomorrow. George is going to be suspended for 2 or 3 years, and it'll be a hell of a show. The Mad Dog's coming up next. The Humper, the Hebrew Hammer at 4.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I like it pretty, bare.